jumping into it, as we had last left off, the party went into the mines that was under the control of the group that was led by a man named McTive. You did away with him and his gang, however, you caught the attention of the beast he was looking after, Vorish, the young white dragon. Vorish seemed to recognize you all, but was more intent on having a hunt, and he dared you all to run so that he could chase you. But despite this, however, Loic had a vision of his patron, the Watcher, and with a guidance from him, he looked up and saw that there was some rickety-looking stalactites. Yeah, just above the head of the dragon. So, when come to battle, he unleashed his eldritch blasts, brought the stalactites down upon the dragon's head, causing it to be dazed and confused, and causing it to retreat into its lair. Party, knowing that even though you were hurt, it was hurt as well, and there was not a better time. You ventured further inwards. You came across the hoard of the dragon, the collection of its own treasure as well as the tributes sent from Brian to the capital city that had been intercepted on several occasions. The dragon spoke to you from the darkness and seemed to think you were all somebody else, your ancestors. And even Loic, whom has got no connection to the knights whatsoever, smelled of Marcus, who you all know as Wicca's ancestor.
Got some questions.
Before you could get any real information out of him, however, combat started, and it was close. But Bellatrix was able to land the finishing blow, cutting the dragon's head off. The rest of you taking care of the two Yeti pets that it had. And with that, you were able to secure the treasure, find an entrance to a long-lost city of dwarves, and decided to come back to it at a later time. You managed to keep some of the treasure for yourself, and then you start transporting it to the Inn of the Prancing Pony, where conversations were had, and a disturbing dream was had from Loic. In regards to his patron. You came to, we were just discussing the rest of the day ahead of you, when two individuals came in, two knights, a half-orc and a human. The human spoke to you all and said that a nearby village was under attack from necromantic forces. He had been originally sent from the capital to basically discover the whereabouts of the tribute from Brian and escort it back. However, he had discovered this village on the way and decided that his attention was best suited to the innocent people from there.
Sorry, I just...
He requested your aid, and I said he would wait 10 minutes for your decision, and they went outside, and I believe that is where we left off. So the first thing that will happen is Otti will say, well, guys, if you do go do this, I'll look after the carts. I'll make sure that nobody steals the shit.
Because she's a proper working girl. That wasn't supposed to sound like that. She's a girl who works.
So are we doing it?
I think we should go help them. I mean, if we have the ability to, at least.
I definitely think there could be information there.
What information on Edgar there?
Yeah, I'm with Verity on that.
And the knights.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beneficial for our overall overarching storyline.
Plus, we get to kill undead. We haven't done that yet.
No, that's true. That'd be fun.
Could I beseech Moradin, see if he would like me to rid this plane of those that would cheat death?
Are you casting anything, or are you just saying a prayer?
Just a prayer. Just a.
Can I get a religion check from you, please?
Can.
I get my sheet up because I don't know what to do.
Getting the night strong.
You don't feel as if you feel as if Moradin's attention is elsewhere today.
It's fair. I just killed a dragon for him, but okay.
Still not worthy. It's that pride, you see, Korgrin. It gets in the way.
Senpai.
Moradin has an entire universe to look after. He can't be watching you the entire time.
At some point, I apologize to Moradin.
So, what's the party's intentions?
Ready to go. I think we
Well,
should.
Green-
well,
Greenfold.
the guards that will go with them, I guess.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, Otti is going to give you guys the potions that she has stored. So, she sent me a message earlier just to confirm this. But she has. Okay, so anyway, Otti has a common healing potion and a greater healing potion she'll give to the party because she doesn't want any of you guys to die, especially you, Rennas.
What I was thinking is if I take these, because then either if someone else goes down, me with my
You
fast
have to-
hands can give them potions, and if I go down, everyone knows I have these potions on me and they can use one of them.
Yes, you have them.
Or rather, when I go down, everyone knows I've got these potions on me.
Sounds good.
When we go out to the soldiers, like, we can ask them if they have any extra potions to give us as well.
Good idea. Give us your ship. We're doing you a favor.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Anyway, so you guys head outside and you find about half a dozen soldiers out there with plus the two knights you just spoke with. They are heavily armed. They are essentially just waiting around. As you come out, the brown-haired individual just says to you, "Ah, well that was quick. Have you made a decision? Will you accept my call to arms?"
Sure. Just wondering if because like I said, we just killed a dragon. We're very low on like the health department. Do you guys have any potions that we could potentially, use so we don't die?
Not on us personally, but I'm sure the villagers would be able to scrounge something up for us. They're very grateful for our assistance.
Even
There
if
are
they're
plenty of-
currently infested.
Well, they've cordoned off the infected area of the village, so we'll be able to go to the outskirts where the people are currently misplaced.
What's the scope of this? What are we going into? Because you didn't really say
Yeah.
how bad it was.
Unfortunately, I'm running on limited information myself. I came across Greenfold village on my exploration to find the tribute from Brian, which I have now successfully done. I had a quick chat with the mayor, and he informed me that a woman came by to the village not but a few weeks ago. Immediately enamored some of the more active members of the community. They seem to be under her sway in some ways. And then disappearances started happening. And there was an eerie mist that seemed to creep out through the village. And then one morning, the dead spilled out from the crypts and started attacking people. The town guard was valiantly able to hold off the creatures, enough for them to erect a barricade around a significant portion of the village. As far as I know, a lot of people were left inside.
Do you know the name of this woman?
No, I did not catch her name.
Do you know what she's like?
I hear that she is very persuasive.
It might be
Practice-
Beatrice.
A practitioner of the arcane arts, but
I thought so.
you just noticed that.
Do we know what she looks like? Like what race?
From what they told me, that she is black of hair, slender
That's
body, of elven descent.
That is Beatrice, right?
Beatrice is a
Well, that
human.
sounds like Beatrice to us.
She was human, yeah, not elven.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there any more information that I can provide?
Black. Yeah,
I do not know how much creatures and how much danger we walk into, but I do know that the population as if they were left inside, then I can only imagine how much death awaits us. And I would not want my fellow soldiers to walk into this unprepared. But individuals such as yourself, who have killed a dragon, you say, and protected the Brian tribute, where it has been intercepted on many occasions, you people are clearly capable, clearly trustworthy, to wield yourselves with honor, power.
Clearly, but
Clearly quite lucky.
Is
That's
no one
the word you're
hearing the
looking for.
backhanded compliment? No one's hearing that like we seem like we're capable, but we're not his soldiers, so he doesn't mind losing us. No one heard that. No one else but me. Like
This is just
proper-
how it is. This is just how it is in the capital. You got to deal with these swine.
About that as well. Any reward? I mean, you know, is this a thing that's being done by the capital? Is there like a save Greenfold village and you'll get 500 gold or whatever shite?
I thought you were going to say the word crowdfunder there.
Unfortunately, Sir Dwarf, this is of my own volition that I'm doing this. I'm happy to give you a reward out of my own pocket. I don't carry much on me, but you're welcome to it.
I mean, maybe a good word here or there might also do us some favors. So we'll cash that in later, maybe.
Of course,
how
of
well is
course.
your standing in the capital?
Well, the nights we have stipend monthly, I keep it. I don't carry much gold on me.
No, just what's your reputation like in the capital? You yourself, like, you know, say if like the king's like super important, and then like you have commoners who aren't that important. Where would you put yourself on the scale, 1 to 10?
Well, I am a knight of the realm. It is my sworn duty to protect the justice and the laws, the common people, and uphold the word of the king.
That's
What?
not a number.
So 2 or 3?
So
10.
like 10. So super
So you're
as
the
important
king.
as the king.
Well,
The king
I
being
serve the
super
king. I
important
protect the
number 10.
king.
Pardon?
I serve the king. I protect the king and his name.
So I'd say that put you about
Guy
like,
seems like a
8.
He's
At
like more like a 5, I reckon.
I was thinking 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like-
He seems like someone that might be able to
Especially
get us an
help
audience
us.
with the king.
I apologize. My own personal status in the capital is negligible at best. I am no politician. I am simply a knight.
Yeah, he's a 4 or 5.
I'm glad to have yourself, mate, to call yourself a 10, but not really.
I mean, let's be fair, 4 or 5 is 4 or 5
4 or
higher
5.
than we were.
But that's fine. That's fine. Hopefully you can put in a good word, and that person can put in a good word, and like we'll see where I can go from there. You know.
I'd be more than happy to spread any word of faith in your honor.
Cool.
Actually, if you could do us a favor before we depart, just while it's on my mind, do you know of a knight Yukuto or a Yukoto? You been through and bumped into him?
Yes, Knight
Yeah.
Yukuto. Yes, I'm aware of him.
Yeah, have you seen him recently?
Not recently. He left for the Western Steppes and beyond many months ago.
Okay, we heard he'd passed through Brine and he lost a sheath there, so we were looking to return it. But that's fine. We'll bump into him at a later point, I'm sure. Thank you. Though.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Well,
Shall we be
I
on our
believe,
way?
I believe introductions are in order first. My name is Raphael Valenstar. I am master of the Flame Blade, protector of the realm, champion of the just, and I'm at your service.
Raphael.
Valenstar.
Is that a literal flame blade?
Man,
He looks at you. He looks at you, Rennas, and he just smiles.
I'm not trying to steal it. I'm just curious how helpful it's going to be in a battle. A flaming sword against undead sounds quite powerful.
You know your aim's not that great,
You
right,
should
Rennas?
consider a rock career. That like
I wasn't stealing it. I was genuinely thinking this
My
guy's going to help
sword-
us.
My sword was bequeathed to me by the finest artisans in the capital. Burning justice has served me at my side for many years.
Mhm. And what about your friend?
Is that an STD?
Awkwardman, was it?
Oh, my quiet friend here is Laura Sunder. Laura don't be shy. Introduce yourself. This half-orc lady. She's been eyeing all of you. Nothing about her strikes you being shy. She's just been selectively quiet. She just nods to you and just goes, Pleasure. I appreciate the help.
Well, I'm Korgrin Golden Beard, as you can see, because I'm Korgrin and I've got a golden beard. It's not the most imaginative name, but pleasure to meet you.
Of course. Pleasure to meet you. Golden Beard.
Amber Greystone.
Amber Greystone.
Amber Greystone.
Amber. May I just call you Amber or Miss Greystone?
You may call me Amber.
Amber. Pleasure. And he just looks around at the rest of you.
I am Callot Nightbranch. Pleased to meet you.
Cullerton Knife. Pleasure.
And I am Loic Nightbunch, Calatin's brother.
Oh, well. I see the familial. I see the similarities.
Resemblance. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, just happy to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Indeed.
I'm
That's an
Stacey.
awesome name. That's an awesome name. Just happy to be here.
Stacey.
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 It's a
Couldn't
pleasure
her
to meet
mom's
you.
got it going on, or something like that?
Pardon?
Do you reckon Stacey's mom's got it going on?
She's.
Can I
Yeah, carry
Oh,
on.
we're trying to find out, Corky.
You guys will find out one day, I'm sure.
I'm gonna ask you tonight, what's your role within the city, or do you usually stay outside of the city walls? What do you do?
Okay. So he turns to you, Loic, and he says, well, I am a knight of the realm. It is my duty to uphold justice and the law, protect the helpless and the innocent.
I mean, besides like the propaganda they teach you, like what specifically do you do within the city?
He is protector of the realm.
Within the city, I assist people where they need to be assisted. That is the duty of a knight.
Right. He's talking in circles, so I'm gonna just turn away from him.
And I apologise if I've offended you, good lord.
Oh, he's like that. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Are you any of you from the capital?
No.
Only heard of it.
No, I think an ancestor was at some point. I don't really know.
Well, when we complete our mission here today and you continue with the tributes to the capital, it is a wonder beyond wonders. It is truly the jewel of Windward. Your eyes will be astonished.
It is.
It does get a little chilly, yes, but the community spirit more than brightens than the half.
I'm sure.
You know what community you're in, I suppose.
Well, there is a citywide community. We're all in it together.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
least that is what I believe.
Hey,
Oh,
sure.
another
Shall we?
happy situation. Fuck.
Be on our way?
Yeah, we should.
Yes,
we should go.
of course.
Undead to
Of course.
kill, villagers to save.
Very well. Well, if I'll leave my men here, and we can make haste to Greenfold village immediately.
We're sending one of ours here, just so you know.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, as you guys head off, you with Valenstar taking the lead, followed shortly behind with Sundowner. You guys start making your way a little bit more northward, entering the trees that you had just started leaving behind, but keeping more along the outskirts of it all. And it would be, according to Valenstar, a 4-hour walk from here. Is there anything you guys want to do in that travel time at all?
We're all walking, right?
Yes.
So I can't be doing any studying whilst we're doing this.
Pardon? No, you can't. You won't be doing some studying.
Maybe like making a conversation with good Raphael.
Oh yeah, so he's more than happy to converse. He seems pretty friendly.
Can I make a perception check to like see if I notice like any badges or insignias to kind of detail like where he works specifically within the capital?
Well, the only insignias that Naric's carry on them is the ones that the ones of the house they belong to. When someone is knighted, a crest is given to them. Basically, you represent a founding of a house and the ascension to nobility, essentially.
Gotcha. So like nothing specific. Okay, that's not a problem. No problem. I'll just chill then.
Okay. So as you're walking along with him, Korgrin, he says, "So, Golden Beard, where do you hail from?"
Fellas doom. Of course, I'm a dwarf, so as most are from. That's where I get my parentage. You know, that's where I'm from.
Yes, of course. Well, that's the most. That's the closest dwarven city I'm aware of. I'm sure there are more around, are there not?
Most likely. All honesty, since the old exodus of Baranzar over there.
Yes. Grim business of history that was. Unfortunately, history is filled with terrible tragedies like that. It is a shame that they could not stay and we could all prosper together under the watchful eyes of the good kings.
Indeed, and I kind of like side-eye him a little bit. What is it we should be expecting in this village? You say there's zombies raised from the ground and a mysterious mist?
Maybe. I do not know. The gates were closed when I got there. I heard terrible moans and screams. Just before I charged in there, one of my scouts reported that they had seen the brine tribute outside of the inn of the Prancing Pony. I thought it best to go and investigate this matter. I believed anyone who'd be able to transport the tributes this far would be able to help me.
Say this far, has it never reached the Prancing Pony before?
It always got lost in the woods that currently skirt the Greenfold village.
Hey,
we have many attempts have been made to try and find places, camps, bandits, but all have come up fruitless.
There used to be a dragon living near there.
So you say, a dragon?
Hey, he said his name was Orskin or Boris or Boris, Vorish, that's it. Little white piece of shit.
He's not completely vor, he's just vor-ish.
Yeah. It's kind of a fetish, it's kind of not. A bit touchy about it.
Huh. I don't think I've ever heard of that dragon.
He was pretty small, all things considered.
Must have been a young one. There aren't that many dragons in Wynwood.
Oh, and I certainly don't hear, you don't hear, oh, look, so-and-so village got attacked by a dragon again. It's not standard practice, so to say.
Well, not in these parts, no. There are... you do hear things in other parts of the kingdom.
Oh? What?
Well, it's... usually on the southern borders, there have been known dragon attacks. However, we have an ally down there that is able to fend off such dragon attacks and force them back into different lairs.
What ally is that?
Well, it's Reichstag, the Brave.
Oh, that's the gold platinum.
No, he is a silver dragon.
Hey, that's it. One of the metallics. They're generally a good bunch.
Yes. He's considered. We consider him an ally of the realm. He's protected the southern reaches for many, many years.
Is there like a deal going on? Do you like send him, sheep every now and then, and he's like, thanks, we'll keep protecting you, or is it just out of the good of his heart?
I believe he does it out of the good of his heart. There is an ancient royal edict that prevents hunting of the dragon, so we don't hunt him, and he nests somewhere. He has a lair, and we have a reasonably good I would say professional working relationship with him.
Hey, as much as you can with a dragon, of course.
Yes, of
Fair enough.
course. But that being said, he's a good one. And then more along the northern reaches, where near the frontier, well, that's where we have Goliath the Mighty.
Was a red one?
That is the only adult. It's the only known adult red dragon that resides within Windwood.
He likes waving his dick about over the other dragons. You know, he's like, "Hey, get away from my territory, you swine!"
Anyone who lives or travels near No Man's Isle is. Wow, I do apologize for the use of words, but there will be one hearty son of a bitch.
No Man's Isle. Could you point that on the map for me?
Of course. Just a moment. I'm on a different map.
I imagine it's this one.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good
No
to
Man's
know.
Isle there.
Well, thank you. You learn something new every day, so they say.
And that's half the battle.
No, it is half the battle, aye. A learned fella, aren't you?
Oh, I do take my time to study. It's I like my history. I do not wish to repeat the doomed mistakes of the past.
Any particular favourite kind of history? Any event in the last, say, 100 years?
Well, there was the assassination of King Raziel by the treacherous knights.
Aye, tragic, and I...
Truly, and I think to myself, if only, if I had been alive at the time, if I had been part of the Royal Guard, could I have prevented it? And
Hey, but didn't they say that the knights were really good folk? So doesn't it seem a bit strange that they'd do a U-turn like that?
evil holds place in heart for many years before bearing fruits. They were treacherous snakes.
Aye, really the worst.
They fooled everyone for many years, and then when their guard was down, when they were left alone with the king for but a moment, they struck their weapons at him and slew him down. The greatest king that has ever come forth, aside from our current king, King Terrell, of course. Long may he reign.
Hey, what's the recent king done? As you can see, I'm not from this area, so
well, King Terrell is a relatively new king. After King Dumar died, there was a succession bickering amongst his 9 children. King Terrell was the 9th and last of all of his sons. The remainings either abdicated or they simply had no interest in the throne. So that paved the way for King Terrell to rise to the throne.
Hey.
And he's not done much yet. He's focused on trying to better prepare the citizens for the long winter that is currently enveloping the capital. He's currently in the process of securing infrastructure from tributes like Brian. The long-term plan is that if enough resources and food can be gathered, then the people can be put into a much better morale of state in order to fight back against the cold and etch out a new way of life for everyone. Morale's pretty high now because of it, I would say.
Has there been no research into what's causing this whole eternal winter thing? Are there no magical scholars or researchers or anything like that? Are they not looking into the matter? Is it just an abnormality?
Yes, there is. There is an entire academy dedicated towards this research, but nothing has beared fruit yet.
I cannot looking into it.
I cannot remember the name of it. The Menagerie, I believe it's called, the district of the Menagerie. It's an academic wonderland. Many learned scribes there, priests and arcanists as well, all loyal to the crown. They all have their own research to get along with. I personally do not know who's in charge of researching the long winter, but I'm sure they will come with a breakthrough very soon. It is in the best interests of the people, and what greater motivation would anyone need than that?
I heard there was recently some civil unrest within the capital, something about different wards fighting against each other.
Okay, sorry, my friend, could you repeat that?
I heard there was some sort of unrest recently within the capital. Some of the knights fighting in different wards within the city. It was the night of something. The innkeeper mentioned it.
No, the only civil unrest that we have had on recently is the unfortunate rebellion by the half-elves. There was a bit of bloodshed in one night where the leadership was taken and given a fair trial and found guilty and summarily executed for their crimes against the crown. There was a fair bit of bloodshed because of it. Unfortunately, I do believe peace has returned to the districts. And the half-elves are happy again. Everything has been sorted out for them, and peace has returned to the capital.
Hopefully, a knight as stoic as yourself didn't have to partake in something like that, right? You seem like a good guy. I wouldn't want to see you injured.
No. Of course, I had no participation in it. It was under the command of what was the one particular knight in general. What is his name? So I have met him in Sir Garrick de Blanc. Yes, he was the one who led the operation.
Aye, we heard good things about him in Brine. His reputation precedes him.
Yes, he's currently on an extended leave of absence from the capital, assisting Sir Edgar in a critical mission of importance to the crown.
Aye.
You'll appreciate it if I can't reveal any more details about it.
Oh, of course. I mean, we are but common folk. If I may, are there any do's and don'ts whilst in the capital? Are there any customs that we should abide by? I mean, certainly as we'll be finishing this leg of the journey with you.
It is customary to greet nobility with a bow.
Right.
It is customary for horses to have right of way on the street. If somebody is cold, offer them your jacket. You know, in terms of pure customs, well, it's
Can I have yours then?
I would say it's community. Are you cold, my lady?
Always freezing. This foxskin scarf is doing nothing for me.
I can offer you my cape.
Oh, that'll do. It might drag on the floor a bit though.
Yes, well, if you wrap it up nice and warm, I'm sure it'll keep. He unattaches his brown cape and he folds it quite nicely and hands it to you, Arri.
Thank you. Is it any warmer than my one?
It's of a finer silk. It's a finer make than your one. It's definitely a degree of craftsmanship that sort of speaks of its own level about it.
Thank you.
It's nothing more than that. It's simply a ceremonial traveling cloak for a knight. Certainly bigger than you. It's kind of like a long wedding dress and how it drags behind you.
Very quickly gathering mud and dirt and leaves and twigs.
So now all he's wearing is his plate armor.
And I've certainly got no more questions for the good Sir Raphael.
Okay.
I've gleaned from him what I can.
Bear for just a moment. There we go. Okay, so he continues onwards. He happily chats with anybody who would like to talk with him. The female knight, she is being selectively quiet. Laura Biff is anyone who gains a look at her, you can just tell that she's a woman of focus.
I've been doing that thing where I'm just staring at someone. Just as
every time
staring at her.
she notices it out of the glance of her eye until eventually she just looks at you and just goes, "Can I help you?"
No.
Very well. And she just continues walking onward.
Mind
So you
games,
continue.
y'all, mind games.
How long do you stare at her?
I don't know. I just feel like, she's being quiet, so I'm just keeping an eye on her. But I'm doing it obviously, so I'm not trying to.
Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Okay.
Suspicious.
Oh, sorry, I had it on advantage for some reason.
I mean, it's the first roll, so...
Yeah, we'll go with the first roll. It's fine. You're able to keep your eye on the road to the point where if there were things in the road that you would have tripped over if you had continued to stare at her and not paid attention, and you're able to avoid those things.
So I don't see anything but her, though. Nothing sus.
No. Well, you didn't. That would be an insight check. The perception was purely for can you basically watching where you're going whilst you're staring at her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, can I get bored of listening to the guys talk to what's-his-face and go back and just kind of look at the orc and just be like, how do you find it?
How do
Say
I
it
find
quietly.
what? How do I find what?
Working in the capital.
It has its challenges, but those who work hard generally get places.
Did you always want to be a guard?
Yeah, didn't the bartender
I
say
never
that
wanted
folks
to.
had to
No,
be
I never
guards?
wanted to be a guard. I wanted to be a knight, and I am a knight.
Oh, you are a knight. That's cool. I thought that half-orcs could only ever be guards or mercenaries. It's nice to hear that that isn't true.
Customary, yes. I had to overcome a lot of hurdles to get to my position.
What did you do?
Saved a few lives, took a few others, paid a lot of money, and kept my head down. Eventually I was recognized and I was ascended.
Do you regret killing them?
No, they were bad people. Murderers, cutthroats, brigands, and bandits.
And did you see them murder and cutthroat and whatever the other ones were?
She looks at you and she says, "Have you ever killed anyone before?"
No, I just have nightmares.
And she looks at you quite intently. She says, "I believe if you were put in a situation where there was a young child who had a knife to his throat from a person who was threatening to burn him and everyone around him, I don't think you would hesitate in silence, would you?"
To be fair, that means you saw it, so a yes would have sufficed. I didn't need the gory details.
I saw many, many things. Seen frost giants. Killed one.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
How did you kill the frost giant?
With a lot of other men who are not here today.
Not here physically, or passed on to the other realm, not here?
Passed on. They did not survive the battle.
Christ. How did you survive?
I killed the frost giant.
What was
Okay.
the finishing blow? How did you do it? Oh, that sounds cool. Sorry,
This
that
is-
was not it.
Like, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if you heard frost giant and your ears just went
Just
what?
When? They sound fun.
Bella, meerkats.
She looks at you, Bella, and she's like, she's actually impressed at how big you are.
Thank you.
Absolute unit.
I grew it myself.
Like, to be fair, considering I'm stood next to her, compared, like,
The juxtaposition is.
impressive.
No, she's about the same size as you, actually. She's pretty tall for a half-orc. Or a female half-orc, at least.
I mean, I guess after all that, you kind of have, like, it's a
Sorry, could you repeat that,
And
Verity? You cut it out there.
thing as someone who's gone through all that, you probably have like first-hand experience of discrimination within the capital potentially. I mean, you deserve what you got, but
You had to fight more than
as
others had
your
to.
very positive friend up there.
There
you
are
have
prejudices
people
that I have to deal with. There are many in the Order who do not believe that I belong in the Order. I aim to prove them wrong.
And that's a very nice mindset. But I'm just saying, more realistic viewpoint of the capital compared to Mr. Valenstar.
Is there a
You want my
rainbow
honest-
sunshine?
You want
Mr.
you want my
Sun.
honest opinion? You want my honest opinion about the capital? If you want to have a good time, stay away from your half-elves.
Aww. But now, aren't you judging them like people are judging you? Don't you see a little bit of the hypocrisy right here? Judging a whole group of people.
I have no
based
I
on
have no
something?
judgments upon half-elves whatsoever, but other people do.
But you just said stay away from them if you want to have a good time. That sounds like a prejudgment to me.
No, it's premeditation.
That's,
you go
that's
to the-
that's
if
your
you
way
go
of saying prejudgment.
If you go to the capital and you are with your half-elves, there will be people there who will lump you in with them. If the half-elves are caught outside the appropriate districts, you will either have guards or fruit thrown at you. Who knows? Who knows? If you don't want that, don't go with the half-elves. It's as simple as that.
At the mention of half-elves, I've just, wandered over.
That same.
So I would say at that point, Rennas, you just catch the end of what she's just said, really.
And so where exactly do you suggest I go while I'm in the city, then?
The appropriate areas, the guards will let you. I don't inhabit them, so I don't know.
And do you think that's fitting for someone who has just helped kill a dragon, for someone who is about to help you clear out a town full of undead, for someone who is transporting the king's tribute to the capital successfully for the first time in years? You think that's acceptable, or I should be stuck in the appropriate areas, do you?
She has a very stoic expression about her. She doesn't look at you and she says, I am not the king. I don't make the rules.
Except you
I was gonna
enforce
say, I
them.
think
If you
that's
enforce the
her own
rules, you make the
opinion. She
rules.
just knows how to
I will
never,
not follow these rules.
I have never forced anyone to go where they didn't want to go.
I mean, but
I
you
am-
would if someone told you to,
But
right?
If the king ordered me, then I would have absolutely no choice but to follow the orders of the king. That is the responsibility and the duty of all knights.
Just following orders, eh?
All right.
That's how it always goes.
You'll be surprised if you'll find a knight who would rather fall on their sword before disobeying an order from the king.
I thought a knight was all about honour. What if the king ever gave a dishonourable order?
Then it is a knight's duty to make that dishonourable order as honourable as possible.
Can't polish a turd.
Charming language, but yes, if I was ordered to polish a turd, I would have to polish a turd.
To be fair, with her determination, I wouldn't be surprised if she makes it freaking gleam.
To be fair, it's
Kind of like
good.
those tin balls.
Really good that someone with your disposition doesn't stay around the half-elven wards late at night. Didn't like what would happen to you.
I have heard of the violence.
I mean,
It's
a
not.
shame.
I mean, that's also bad, and I'll be sorting out that when I get there too. I'll be fixing the old city.
I wish that things had been different with the half-elves. I really do. At the end of the day, I am but one sword against a generation of closed minds. I have
Yeah, but
opened
that's
several
not
minds
right.
with my. I have opened several minds in my time. For myself, for my people, for half-orcs in general. But only a few. And that's all I've been able to do. I'm sorry I don't have the answers you are looking for. I am not some prophet. I am simply a knight.
Can you play any instruments?
I'm all right at the cello.
How about a lute?
Never played one in my life.
Can you sing?
No, of course not.
No?
Yeah, you can. Everyone can sing.
Yeah. it's
I
just
can
whether or
sing
not
the
you-
I can sing the anthem in the crowd, but as long as there's a crowd, then nobody actually notices me.
Hmm.
You don't want to hear a half-orc sing, trust me.
Oh, now I really want to hear a
Yeah, I
half-orc.
want to hear it. I bet it's great.
I mean, haven't we heard
Make a
Loic sing?
make a persuasion roll.
Do I get advantage
One of
because Bella's
us.
going for
Yeah.
it?
No, of course. Oh, no, because this would normally be a disadvantage because she really doesn't want to do it.
Okay. Oh, damn.
She
Do
just
I get to have a go?
no.
I persuade her.
No. She
I think this is Jack's way of saying he doesn't want to sing.
She just chuckles and says, "If you really want a Half-Orc to sing, why don't you ask your companion back when we get back?"
True.
Yeah, okay.
Will you sing with her when we get back?
You can do a duet.
Can we all sing? Wait. Bella's getting too excited about this. She's like,
Like an acapella on the way there.
I'm
Barbioki.
feeling throat singing.
I think your mic's off again, Jack.
throat singing would be cool.
I'm actively trying to avoid being a murder hobo for the sake of the group, but it's getting hard.
I'm just happy.
No, you don't murder everyone you see.
I mean, it's getting
You consider
difficult.
not killing this person. No, consider it.
Okay, I mean,
No!
I weighed the options.
Killing is fun.
I think I don't mind. Really don't mind the Half-Orc.
Is that better?
But,
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. She says to you all, "I'll tell you what. If we all survive this, we can go back to the inn. I'll buy everybody enough drinks to get us all rampaciously drunk, and then maybe I'll sing."
Yeah, that sounds
Deal.
like a deal.
She begrudgingly she doesn't she doesn't shake your hand. She basically just gives you like a bro slap kind of thing.
I imagine that would probably hurt me
Right.
very much.
No,
Because
it's
I'm,
very
like,
it's very light. It's very light. It forces your hand back a little bit, but if it's like, all right, deal, and just sort of like high fives you a little bit.
Cool.
I like this person. She's cool.
She's looking visibly blushed and embarrassed now, and just goes back to being silent.
I'm just glad I made her smile.
As you guys continue onwards, a few hours later, eventually, you're going forth into sort of more thickened trees, but it looks like some of them have been cut down for timber and timber and lumber and all that. Eventually, you get to a clearing where there are quite a lot of thatch-like buildings around. Very, very rustic village place. Dirt roads, quite similar to Oakenheath, but Oakenheath had a few more permanent buildings and such, but you can't see that much. You just basically see like the farmhouses, and there is a huge wooden palisade about 15 feet high that seems to circle around by quite a diameter beyond what your eyesight can actually see. There are about a dozen people that are walking on the outside of it, and as they see you getting closer, they give you a wide berth and they seem to start whispering amongst each other. Eventually, you get to more in the center of the village, and Raphael turns to the refuge and he says, "Welcome to Greenfold Village." So, we better go see the mayor, and we better get apprised of the situation and see what we can do. If you excuse me, I'll go find him. And with that, he walks off to go find the mayor. Is there anything you guys want to do whilst he's gone?
The Half-Orc still with us, correct?
Yes.
What's your take on this?
My take.
Yes, and I gesture vaguely at Greenfold.
Evil, undead things here need to die. Simple.
Fair enough. Simple. Effective. I like it.
People have been hurt here. We've got to do what we can to help.
Actually, how long has this been going on? Was it like, you said a few weeks ago, right?
They said the woman appeared a few weeks ago, but the undead came out maybe about 4 or 5 days ago.
Right.
They've been they've been calling for help, but no one's answered. It was pure luck that we found this place when we did.
No word reached the capital?
Not to my knowledge, but we'd already left the capital by that point. So
They said they sent any runners or something like that, any messengers?
they said they sent word via carrier pigeon and I think a couple of messengers, but as far as I know, that hasn't reached anyone's ears.
Don't you find that a little odd? Messengers,
I don't
sure,
find
they could be mugged on the roadside, they could be shot by bandits, soon as air pigeons.
It might load up eventually. It was quite slow for me to get the resolution on a few things.
Yeah, it's exactly me
Rich.
as well.
So hopefully it'll correct itself eventually.
Mm.
Sorry, Korgrin, could you repeat that, please?
Don't you think it's a bit suspicious? I mean, sure, messengers could be killed with bandits, a stray arrow from a hunter in the woods. Carrier pigeons, pretty unusual for them to be shot down or something like that. You think that's a bit odd?
I don't find it odd at all. Think
I think the
about
idea
it.
that-
Sir Goldenbeard, think about it. Have you heard of this place before?
Oh, first time. My cherry.
Same for me. It's not on the map, therefore it's not a provider. If it's not a provider, do you think that anyone in the capital would do anything? They have
Well,
their
I
own
didn't know
worries.
that.
Not much of a free
Hey.
thinker.
They have their own issues to worry about.
So this village has pretty much been written off by the capital, and it only survives by its own gumption, one might
To
say.
be fair, I'll be honest, I don't think the capital even knows it exists. As far as they're aware, the only place of work outside of the walls in the western steppes and beyond is Brine. There are many
Right.
places that are left off the map because they're not main providers. They're not strategic resources. They're not military strongholds. There are countless and countless villages and small towns about that are just left off of the map because they don't serve a higher purpose for the kingdom.
Any others that come to mind? I mean, obviously there's Greenfold village. Anything else? Do you know of?
I can't remember at this time. I'm sorry.
Aye, that's fair. It's a pretty tense situation. Memories are a bit ragged
I mean,
right now.
Very tense on that
the only exception I'm aware of is the village known as Oaken from the near the coast, and that the only reason why that's on the map is because, well, that is where it's rumored that a queen of old would visit, and as such, it's a holiday destination.
Well, not anymore.
What do you mean?
Surprised word's not reached you. Fire took over Oakenheath. Nothing but cinders now.
What?
Aye. And weeks ago.
How? What happened?
Don't know, I wasn't there. I was passing through. I was exploring some old Dwarven tunnels in the area and down.
It's are in silver, right?
Yes,
We can just say Golden Knights came through.
Crimson Knights.
Crimson. It
Crimson
was
Knight.
red. Yeah.
So is that what you say to her?
I just know that the last people seen entering and leaving the village were knights in crimson.
Huh.
So the rumours say, of course.
Well, I apologize. I'm a little taken aback by this information. I've not heard anything like this.
And
I
if it's
suppose-
not a provider, I suppose you're not going to.
And there's such as the failing of our information, the failure of the knights. If I'm not, I mean, take Raphael for example. He's a fine man.
I'll
He's
stick
a
up
one.
and
He's a focused man. If he sees someone in trouble, he'll do everything he can to help them. He's a good man. Yes, he holds himself with high esteem, but that's because he has the weight of a lot of people on his shoulders. He takes the responsibility of the knights very seriously. As do I, but none like Raphael. Raphael is unique in that regard.
Has he been a knight for long, or is this like a first year on the job kind of thing?
Well, he's relatively young, but as far as I know, he was knighted at the young age of 17.
He's how old now?
So, I think he's in his mid-20s, perhaps.
Must be quite renowned at something. He's got to be good at something if that's the case.
Oh, well, he comes from a long line of knights. It was
That's pretty
essentially
good,
his name was pegged down to become a knight when he was born, so he's just fulfilling his family destiny.
Mm-hmm. Scary.
But anyway, it is ill of us to speak of a man behind his back. Let's just move on to another subject, shall we? I promise you, Sir Goldenbeard, that I'll look into these burnings, this attack on the Oakenheath as soon as we're able, but one thing at a time.
It certainly seems like we've got our hands full.
Yes. Can I get a group perception check, please?
So I'm just like tugging this cloak that's got caught on some thorns because it's just so long on me.
It really is.
Bella gets distracted by that. Going on. You okay?
This bloody cloak!
Do you need help?
I'm like, wait, okay, I'm gonna just take this off now, fold it, and just pop it safely, very close.
Oh, I best not rip it. Never mind.
Yeah, because it's not mine.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, everyone but Arri and Bella, as silence comes over the conversation and not many of the people are sort of talking or even interacting with you, they're just watching really. So at that point, do you hear sound of moaning? Low grunts and aimless wanders. Maybe the sound of dozens upon dozens of shuffling feet and clawing at wood. And you notice that the sound is coming from the direction of the fence. And as your ears are tuned to it, you realise that you're hearing the moans and cries of dozens and dozens of creatures on the other side.
Oh man, maybe we shouldn't go in through the main entrance.
And they said they cordoned this area. They cordoned the dead off, so it's not as if they're roaming freely around the town, from what I understand.
Yeah. So, despite what the map looks like, this is like the only way in or out. The gates are currently closed.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. The whole place isn't filled. It's just like this area that's filled.
As far as you know, the entire place is filled.
Someone want to stand on their shoulders or something? How tall is the fence?
Wait,
Probably.
It's about 15, 20 feet high.
I'm gonna
Like
climb.
the trees that you saw chopped down on the way in, looks like they were chopped down in haste and put up as quickly as possible. This is a result of all that lumberjacking.
Are there any trees that are like tall enough that I could maybe climb up the tree and look over the fence?
Toby can have a look through blind sight.
I was gonna say, if you guys don't mind waiting an hour, I can change them into something I can actually see through.
I can
Yeah.
use the raven. What does the raven do?
If there's a tree nearby, I could try climbing up one.
My burb could be useful.
Have you assigned a command word to it yet?
Burb.
Yeet.
Yeet is pretty good. No, burb with a B.
Burb.
Yeah.
Go, Burb! I choose you!
Jesus
So,
Christ,
do you activate the Silver Raven?
Sure, let's see what it do. Burb!
Okay. So you shout Burb and throw it about. Lands a few feet in front of you, and a brilliant shining light emanates. And the figurine grows and grows and grows, and then it sort of stretches now feathery black wings and hops on the ground. As it looks around you, you can see a raven, a fully black raven with an orange beak. That is just looking at you with a cocked head.
I thought it was going to stay metallic.
I'm going to call you
It's
Simone.
even more magical.
I love it.
It hops over to you and says, "How may I be of assistance to you, my lady?"
Oh my god, you talk!
What a formal sparrow! That's amazing. No, raven.
It's a raven,
Sorry.
thank you.
Bird.
Oh, hey, hi, how's it going? You're more formal than I thought you were going to be. I didn't think you could talk.
Charmed.
Sorry. You're so cool. Sorry.
My name is Theobald. It is a pleasure to be your new servant.
Oh, Theo, dude, you are so cool.
Thank you. Something I endeavour to strive for in life.
You are certainly winning, my friend.
The raven sort of cocks its head down a little bit and kind of gives a little bow.
I give head scratches. Just little scratches.
Oh, stop it! That tickles.
Oh, you are amazing. Tell me, what sort of thing can you do? If I was to ask you to go and scout out what's going on over those fences, would you be able to do that?
Consider it my mission in life, my lady. And it stretches its wings out and starts fluttering. I'll be right back. And it flies off.
I fucking love your raven.
I love it so much.
It does an archway around over the palisades. Flies around for about a minute, basically doing a semicircle, then comes back and flutters down to you and says, "Well, there certainly are a lot of people on the other side of that, my lady."
Okay, did they look like they were dead?
Yes, they did, and I certainly wouldn't want to look at them again. They're quite horrifying.
Okay, when you say a lot, like, how many are we talking?
My apologies, my bird brain can only count to 10. So
Okay.
beyond 10. Beyond 10.
There's more than 10. How many 10s? How many 10s did you count?
10 tens, maybe.
10 tens. Good job, bro.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
Theo,
don't
you're
know.
so great.
Most of them.
I'm sorry, I can't count very well. This is
That's fine, I'm so proud of you.
limitations of my mind. My master, when he developed me, he took away many of my instincts and deductive reasoning in order to instill a personality.
It was worth it. You're fantastic. Okay.
Yes. I like to think I'm definitely the smartest of my brothers and sisters.
Undoubtedly. I don't know them, but undoubtedly.
I'm sure they're around somewhere.
Okay. So there are a lot in there.
Are we hearing this, or is this just Bella?
Yeah, you're all hearing
It's
it.
just me gushing at this bird.
It's cawing at you and shit.
To us, it's a metal bird. Bella's just thrown this statue on the floor and is talking to herself.
Who gave her
No,
mushrooms?
you all hear this raven talking. It's flesh and bone.
I love that. Theo is so cool.
Is Raphael Lorelith? Where's Raphael? Where's he gone?
He's gone to see the mayor. I'm sure he'll be back any moment now.
Hey Theo, did you see a big shiny dude in there?
Big shiny dude.
Yeah, wearing armor like this lady here.
No, Raphael's outside.
Oh, is
No.
he?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay.
No,
Probably.
I saw a few silver ones with long tongues.
Silver ones, long tongues?
Silver-skinned, long-tongued creatures.
I recognise that.
Make a. This would be an just a straight-up intelligence check.
Gonna say, can I do a check on that? But no.
The brief description you have, there is one creature that in your mind that fits the description, known as a ghoul.
But if you need to get these walls,
Ghouls or ghasts.
Hey Theo,
goblins.
do you know your limitations? Like, what is it that we
I
can
know
do?
that I can only gaze upon your splendor for a limited amount of time before I have to go to sleep for a few days.
Okay.
And as such, all time that I'm not doing something for you is time I shall be admiring you. I don't get much time, and I don't get.
Let me
I don't get a lot of-
admire you, Theo.
I personally enjoy beauty in this world, and well, nothing is more beautiful than my master.
I
And
honestly
her
didn't
hair.
think I'd get Bella a boyfriend so quickly, and that it was perfect.
My boyfriend,
Bear with me just a moment, please, guys.
I love him. So
I'm
much.
honestly, this is the last thing I expected to happen when I gave her the freaking statue, but here we go. Bird boyfriend.
It's what I've always wanted.
I wonder how Otti's gonna feel about this.
Oh no, you just completely destroyed that ship.
They
I
say
don't know, I only
the
get it for 12 hours, so... And then he has to go away for a couple days.
you see the ghoulies were like in the houses by us.
Long-distance relationship.
Yeah,
oh no, that was me.
Were.
It was me pinging where Raphael was.
Raphael was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
From what I understand, they are actually in the village. The
Okay,
ghouls,
cool.
ghasts, and nasties.
Interpreted that different, so that's good to know. Cool.
I
Okay,
would say
so
I do potions, but I don't have money, so.
after a few more moments passes, and Raphael is now walking back to the rest of you. Looks like he has an elderly man following him. Looks to be human. He looks a little injured, actually. He looks like he's got a few bruises and cuts on him. His clothes seem a little torn.
Any of the wounds infected?
They don't look infected, no. They just look like cuts and scrapes and stuff like that. Just go ahead and make a quick medicine check for me as he's getting nearer to you. No worries, Rich. It looks like these are consistent with injuries of somebody who's like fallen over and bumped themselves a couple of times.
Scrapes and bumps and general fleeing kind of injuries.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, the dude's old.
Yeah. So as he comes over to you and he says, "My compatriots, please allow me to introduce you to Mayor Korgrin."
Korgrin, as in. Oh, thanks.
There you go. And he comes up to you and goes,
Captain Korgrin.
Am I to understand that you are Knights of the Realm come to help us?
I mean, I'm no knight, but sure, if it comes with the pay.
You try,
Mayor, no, but they are very capable individuals that have sworn themselves to protect you and your people, along with myself and my compatriot.
I don't remember
That's
swearing.
a bit of an exaggeration.
Then solemnary blessings to you all, my friends. Thank you for coming in our time of dire needs.
Hey,
As
a good Raphael mentioned Elf came through, and around that time, suspicious shit started happening. You know, people coming out of their graves. Any more you want to tell us
Yes.
about that?
Her name is Desdemonda.
Oh,
She is a
for
fire.
her for a night. Desdemonda.
Sorry, I'll stop.
What's wrong with the name Desdemonda?
Sounds like an evening entertainer's name.
What? Oh, or you mean like Bellatrix?
I mean,
Like, let's be fair, it's not Lady
Warrior.
Counterparts,
Thank
so...
you.
okay. Carry
So,
on.
yes,
Okay.
her name is Desdemonda. She's a vile, wretched woman. She beguiled many of our prominent members of the village, started convincing us that we needed to participate in rituals most foul for nefarious purposes. She was most obsessed with this long-abandoned building, and for good measure. Once she had access to this building, that night the dead came, and they took many of us inside the crypts of the mausoleum. The next night, we fought back. Many guards lost their lives. The civilians were able to get away, and we were able to keep them contained long enough in the graveyard to erect a wall around our own village. And then we left them in there, and we've beseeched for help ever since. We thought our calls for help would go unanswered until you people have come. So, many, many blessings upon you.
Hey,
Did she
I'm-
mention any other names?
What a
that you
ritual.
mentioned before?
She did not mention this at all. My own brother, a prominent craftsman within the village, was one of the ones beguiled. I fear he is taken and joined the
building did she
swaths of
go to?
undead. There's a decrepit, abandoned building near the corner of our village. No one goes there. By my order, actually, and my father before me.
Any
Hi.
reason why?
Yes, but you appreciate that you are strangers, and I do not know you that well. I cannot tell you why that building is off limits.
I mean, we could.
It certainly
Save
sounds
your
like it's very
village.
important. So, if you want our help, we're going to need to know
Make a
Can I
persuasion
whisper
roll.
something to him?
who's persuading.
think
You
you'd
are,
try.
because you were the last person to speak to him.
Fantastic.
I have good persuasion too. Fuck.
Oh, I insult the man.
He looks at you, he goes, "You are a very small man. I don't think I've seen one of your stature before."
I tell him that if he doesn't tell us, we're just gonna walk away, and he can fight these guys off with his hands and then become one of them.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Perfect. Intimidation.
Has
Oh,
anyone
wow.
by the
Holy
name of-
shit.
Oh, you
that-
wretched man!
At that point, he panics and says, "No, please, we need you. Well, it's not that important. It's the rundown shack. It was the home of a traitor, long since executed for her crimes. Her name was Grace.
Dang.
Who did you betray?
She was one of. I apologize. I'm not comfortable speaking of this matter because it's a bit of an embarrassment on our village.
Like I said, if you
Hey,
want to
no,
take your withered hands and batter them against the skulls of the undead, you're free to do it yourself. I can turn around.
Loic,
We know.
Right. Was one of those filthy, dirty knights. Wink.
Oh,
and she
yes.
was slain by the rightful king. Remember?
She was slain for killing the rightful
I mean,
king.
yes. Poor choice of words, but
She was born in this village, and that was her home.
Mayor Korgrin?
Once she was executed for her crimes, we left it alone, and no one's been to it since.
It's very likely, Mayor, that shack, that area has something to do with all these undead, so we are going to need to inspect that shack. I know you don't want people going in there, but I feel it's going to be very important to us because that's got to be linked to all these undead walking around. You don't have two great evils like that without them being linked.
I see your sense very well. The shack is over here, and he points to here.
Beautiful.
So I'm just going to put a little thing down. Text. Where's this?
Lord Korgrin? I just want to know, has anyone by the name of Melody come through here?
Melody.
Mm-hmm. She would have been with a party of few people. Human, looks a bit like this one here, and I point to Bella.
She looks nothing like me. She's beautiful.
You know,
Nothing like me.
that name does ring a bell. There was a group of individuals who came by here many, many years ago. They stayed for a few days. Ironically, they were actually interested in the shack as well. I told them no, and as far as I know, they didn't go near it, and they left after a few days. Pleasant people. There was an interesting bunch. There was a couple of humans there. There was they had an elf, a half elf with them, and there was a gnome and a half-orc as well. Yes, and yes. Memory fails me. I only briefly met with them they kept to themselves and the inns mostly.
Is there
Hey,
anyone you
Peanut
might
Train
talk to in particular that we could try talking to, or?
I'm sorry, but anyone who might have known them would be in that on the other side of that gate.
Oh, I mean,
The majority of our village has been wiped out by this curse. There's only a few dozen of us left.
Mayor,
Well,
have
thank you for
you?
your time. That's all I need to know. Like, I know.
Mayor, have you seen Desdemonda since?
No. Once we put up the barricades, she's not made any attempt to get out of it.
Okay. She's with the undead. It's
Okay.
assumed.
Before we go in there, do you have any health potions or any weapons that are effective against the undead, just to help us?
I'm
Come
sorry.
on, hello.
I'm sorry. We are a sinful village. We don't have anything in the means of weapons. I can ask around and see if we have any healing potions for you. But you have to understand, the majority of our stuff is on the other side of that wall. We did have a blacksmith and an armor smith. Very basic, but we did have it.
Anything
Question.
that you can spare would be
Well, I'll
great.
tell you, we don't have much to offer, but if you find anything within those walls that you feel like would be useful for you, then you have my blessings to take it.
I'm assuming he's showing us like a map of everything, so we kind of get a layout, like what we're
Yes.
looking at now.
I'm
Okay.
going to strip this town bare. So that's literally what he just told me I could do. If I find anything useful.
oh, these people are struggling.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult. There are tens of dead.
Mayor Korgrin, is there anything you wish us to do while we're in there? Like, does the church need to be re-sanctified? Do you need us to collect anything? Is there special medicine for someone that's stuck outside, that's been
I'm
left
looking at
in
you,
their
Happy
homes?
Pen. Come on.
Well, I suppose if
Hay fever
Oh,
pills.
you'd have to speak to some of my fellow villagers for anything. I would say just clear the town of undead so we could move back in and restart our lives.
Understood. Thank you.
Easy work.
Don't need to inspect that. Oh, when do we to part?
So if you bear with me just a moment, I'm just marking the places
Sure.
on the...
Cemetery. Church. That's the church. Funny looking
That's
church.
the church. Grace lived next to the church.
Strangest looking church I ever did so.
At least now we know where they're nesting, I guess, in the
And
mausoleum.
this is where Theresa May ran through. Thank you. Thank you.
So feel free to discuss amongst yourselves whilst I'm just marking everything down.
The succubus.
That sounds like a bar. I'm heading there.
Let's go get lit.
These zombies
Like,
be
are
well
you
easier
guys
to
really
kill
going to
if
go
we're
to a bar
drunk. It's
without
just a.
OT?
Well, yes, then we might get a drink without us
Steal
stealing it all.
some drinks.
To be fair, I've still got 4 bottles of wine on me.
Did any of you guys get the name Grace called out to you by that dragon? My mind's kind of thinking.
Hey.
No one.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, not one of us did.
Oh, nobody
lying.
did, remember? Dragon was talking mad shit, yeah?
Yeah, not one
Yeah.
single person.
I mean, he was there.
He was there, but we're currently not in trusted company.
I just kind of meant like I don't remember like
Oh,
out of
yeah,
the game. I don't know if
Oh, alright, as a player, yes, the dragon said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were asking as Loic, which in case, like...
I should have specified.
Shame on you.
But
I'm
yeah,
ready to smash some skulls.
That's my job, I have the hammer.
I'm ready to poke some
Blast
holes in
the-
skulls,
Okay.
which won't be very effective at all.
Stab him in the eye sockets.
So,
Okay.
Korgrin, you would not be down if we got rid of these knights that are with us.
Heavily against. Done nothing wrong. Why are we?
Once we sit down to make a plan, can I just like spend a little time to look at this the glass ball that I got from the loot yesterday?
Yeah.
And I'll try and program a command word into it.
Sure, what command word are you putting in?
Well, can I first try and glean to see if I can guess what it will do? I feel like I need to
Go ahead and make another Arcana check, please.
You're not just going to choose a word like "burb."
You know, it's something to do with evocation.
Yeah.
Would you be able to change the word afterwards? So if she set a word, then find out what it did, could she change the trigger word to make it make sense?
You try to focus on it, but the moanings of the undead on the other side of the fence is too distracting for you, and you're not able to discern anything else from it.
Evocation.
Try and find out what the weird bloop is. The aloe vera shit.
Oh yeah. You should do
Nope.
a check.
Nope.
No, none of you have I tried to identify your items at all, so.
Except
Mine is
for
just purple gloves. That's all I cared about. I was happy they were
played
purple.
The only way I know how to try and identify things. Shit.
Can I finger dip taste? Use a charge? Would that use a use of it or not?
No, it wouldn't use the use of it if you just finger dabbing it and just taking a taste. It
Yeah.
tastes awful.
Oh,
It tastes like Sudocreme.
it's pseudo-cream.
If you ever had Sudocreme before, it doesn't taste very good.
yeah, the smell.
It's the medieval
Yeah.
medieval equivalent of pseudo-cream.
I'm literally adding Sudocreme to my inventory now. It used to be aloe vera goop, now it's Sudocreme.
Yum.
I think I'm going to.
If Bella ever gets a tattoo, she's going to need that.
It is Sudocreme.
Oh, see, Pseudocrem took all the shading out of mine, and now it just looks like a very badly outlined
It's
spider.
forward my ball.
They've changed their the way they make it, so it's not good for tattoos anymore.
Is that a
Yeah.
venerable dip
This
shop?
was 8 years ago.
Oh, it probably was good for tattoos. Well, it
That's
never was. It
Why
always
does that say
disappeared, man.
dip shop? I don't know why that says dip shop. It was meant to
Keep
be the
it.
venerable swordsman.
Dip shop.
Dip
I mean,
shop?
I was just trying to. Is dip shop some word I'm not familiar with? Is this
Anyone
a
need
dip shop? Are they common?
guacamole?
Oh my
Dip
god, this
shop.
Also, Korgrin, there's an armor shop. Be sure to have a quick look for dwarven plate armor.
Get the feeling anywhere I go above ground, there's none. It's just
Yeah.
Considering the mayor
But,
literally
you know.
said, I don't see people of your stature very often.
Maybe they're selling it as child's armor or something. You know, it's,
Maybe.
That would probably fit me. Maybe not a dwarf.
I don't think you really
Right,
want plate armor.
So
do you?
the mayor spends a couple of moments basically just pointing out all of the noteworthy buildings in the village. Everything else is basically houses.
Cool.
Rennas makes a point of saying that on the way to the potion shop, we can clearly stop off at the old whiskey warehouse. So it sounds like a perfect route to me.
So at this point, Raphael comes forward and he says, well, I think the first thing we should do is we need to scout this area. We need to find out exactly what it is we're dealing with and then come up with an effective plan of attack.
I mean,
We should head to the guard station and get the high ground.
I'm sure I can
Hello.
do a little bit of sneaking.
You should lead away with
our
that.
purpose is to rid this town of the curse. Shouldn't it be a few stops on the way and then into Grace's shack or the church? Really?
Well, if a lot of these
It's-
people, I've had a few conversations with the people around, and from what they have told me, the churches seems to be the place where this Desdemona is holding up.
Hey. Oh.
So
Yeah,
I would
if
say
we
that
wanted.
would be the main point of our attack. That is where
There
we
might
need
be-
to get to.
There might be some
Mike-
useful equipment in the guard station and also the potion
Yes.
shop.
Yes.
Maybe the surgery as well.
My understanding of these matters is that once the head is slain, the rest of the undead either become inert or they become mindless.
They're certainly easier to manage. Aye.
If they're mindless, they're much more easier to deal with. If
So,
they're inert, then all the better for us.
will an arrow through the head be good? Or does the head elf actually come up?
Well,
It's more magic.
I've dealt with undead once in my life. From what my commander had told me at the time, they have an unnatural fortitude about them. If they are not stricken with divine energy, then they have there's a chance that the damage we do to them won't stop them.
I got loads of magic energy. Like that, I'm
Divine energy.
I've got loads of arrows.
step away from the door.
Yes, this isn't purely in regards to individuals who have died and come back. The popular word for them is zombie. If we run into any zombies, which I'm fairly certain we will, if any of you have any access to a god's ability, a god's grace to cast divine magic or divine damage,
No, I'm an atheist.
then you'll probably be our main. You'll probably be our main weapon for this endeavor.
It's fucking Bryn.
I don't know if what I have is a god, but I'm gonna try it.
Korgrin.
That being said, fire is also equally effective against them.
Fire?
Did somebody
fire
say
away the
fire?
Burn away the body, then they can't come back.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've programmed the word onto the orb. It's oop. And I oop.
You gotta kill just the yeah.
And I oop.
Right, do you activate it then?
Not yet. I'm gonna wait till,
Okay.
I don't know. Because
No worries.
evocation means something's gonna come out of nothing.
No. There it is.
So, like, Fireball I have is an evocation spell, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So it's like, I don't want to make the Fireball here.
Evocation is mainly energy.
Creating things
Yeah.
generally.
Just find a big group and oop at them, see what happens.
Ironically, not conjuration.
I'm gonna wait till we're in the middle of a battle, then I'll give it a go.
Then you'll oop.
Just find a nice big
Then
group and go oop, and at least you'll know what it does.
No, I would suggest that we attack while we still have daylight on our side. We certainly don't want any undead sneaking up on us when in the middle of the night.
Worst case scenario, we might be able to
What time is it now?
hold up somewhere.
Yes.
Because
The
we
time
woke
at
up
the
midday.
time at the moment, your time at the moment is we're close to mid-afternoon at the moment, so you've got maybe about 4 hours of daylight left.
Yeah, I have plenty of time to clear a town.
I'll figure out
We'll
later.
boss it. Says the least effective guy doing piercing damage only.
Who are you killing?
Who are you attacking?
Who are you?
I don't know, but they're definitely hurt.
So the rest of you here, you turn around and Loic's fired his crossbow and just shot an apple out of a nearby tree.
Oh, that was a mistake. I did not mean to do that.
But
How
it still
do you
worked.
accidentally-
I thought he'd be messaging you and that someone was just about to die.
Well done.
Raphael looks at you, Loic, says, "Very nice shot."
You got good aim, dude. Yo, you should use your crossbow more often.
Yeah, that was totally. I was aiming for. Yep.
Unexpected badassery.
Very cool.
I got shot by
And I'm so glad you've wasted that natural 20, by the way.
I did.
You're going to be getting another one tonight. I'll make sure of that. So-
Loic wants to ask Theo a quick question. Hey, Theo, what happens if
Yes,
you
my
die?
lady. Sorry, could you repeat that, my lady?
What happens if you die? Where do you go?
My soul returns to the weave, and I become one with everything again.
Can I get you back?
I don't think so. I think you might get something that was like me back, but not me.
Then can
It's a
you
meat box.
can you stay out of the way? I don't want you to die.
I don't want to die either.
Okay,
But
well,
if it comes to a choice between me and you, then I will gladly lay my life down.
no, it's fine. I die all the time. Well, I don't. I've only died once. But I don't want you to die, so can you stay out of the way?
Of course. Would you like me to return to being a statue, my lady?
Yes.
Very well. I will see you in a couple of days. And with
Okay.
that, he shrinks and turns back into a silver figurine of a raven.
You're the best! And then I put it away.
No worries.
Someone's gonna have
Okay.
to give it the talk.
Leave me and my bird boyfriend alone!
When a man and a
I'm just
woman love each
saying.
other,
They hug very closely.
then the stork delivers a baby. Or the raven, in this case, delivers the baby.
So, Raphael gathers you all around the map, and he says, he's not trying to take charge, but he does
Taking
seem rather
charge.
experienced. He does seem rather experienced in these matters, and you get the feeling he knows what he's talking about. Says, very well. So, if we're having a look at this relatively helpful map here. So this is our target. This is where this Desdemona is most likely. We'll have to. There's only one way in. That's through the entrance. There is a collection of undead gathered at the gate. If it's possible, we could perhaps lead the undead away. I would personally prefer it if we could sneak through them. The undead are not perceptive creatures. We should be able to do it. If we can avoid combat, go straight for the head, then we wouldn't be exhausted or hurt when we get to fighting this Desdemona. If we strike her down, I have hope that her puppets will fall with her. So, that mixed way is if we do clear the way with a distraction, what can the distraction be and where do we go afterwards? I say that we march this way. We go inside Eckart's armor shop there. We see if there's any items of use for protection. I noticed that some of you don't even have armor, so it might be worth picking something up there. At that point, I would say it'd be too dangerous for us to go through the mausoleum. The cemetery. It seems to be the source of all of this. It's likely where the enemy will be thickest. So from there, I'd say we head southwards. We go through this market area and head past the Planty's sweet shop. We can have a look inside to see if there's any herbological ointments that we can use to treat any wounds we have.
Hey, like some sweets.
Indeed. From there, we can jump across to the old whiskey warehouse.
Rennas is
I'm
on
sure.
board. I mean, Calot is on board.
It will be a wide open area filled with barrels, plenty of places to hide. This is a place where we could potentially take a rest, should we be out of rest at this point.
That's good to me.
At this point, we would make our way through these houses here, and then from there it will be a straight shot to the gate there. And then we can make our way inside the church, find this Desdemona.
That's good to me. I mean, if they're at that back gate by the church, we can even maybe create a distraction at the mausoleum if need be. That sounds like a good plan to me.
Now, I've had a discussion with the mayor previously. The population of this town, prior to the uprising of the undead, was between 200 and 300. As you can see, there's only a few dozen of them out there, so we can expect at least a few hundred creatures in there.
Okay.
I want to err on the side of caution and assume there's going to be at least 200 undead creatures in there. If there are less, then that's easier for us.
I'll probably just stick to fireball cantrips to begin with.
I say we reserve our strength from what we can do. Now, Lorabeth and I, we have had some training in this regard. Our weapons are well suited for combat, but we have had training in how to augment our voices to allow you to fight harder or be more wary of danger. If you feel like you need an extra boost, simply request aid, and we shall. Sorry, I forgot the word from my tongue. We shall ignite our leadership, and we shall give you the extra bonus that you may need to completing either attacking a creature or getting away from. However, it only lasts for a specific amount of time. The magic is limited in this, so use it when you need it.
Okay.
You say that out loud, Loic.
Oh. Honestly, just like whispered to myself.
So, do you guys have anything to add? Well, I don't know what your skill sets are. What can you do? What can we do to make this plan better? Do you have a better plan?
Far away.
I don't think
I
a
I
lot
feel
of
like I'm gonna be fucked in this one, but we'll see.
I am happy to stealth forward and try and scout out the areas and make sure any areas are clear and we can find pass through and avoid combat as much as possible if that's our goal.
If they're very low perceptive, I could cast Pass Without Trace on the entire party.
That would be very helpful, actually, if they're not that... Their perceptions... Well, most of them probably don't even have eyes. So it would be sounds.
Oh, I can have Toby fly around, and then if it looks like one of them have clocked us, I can get him to like crash into something the other direction, and they'll follow that sound instead.
Oh, I could just throw rocks around as well. Sling.
Whistling
Yes,
Neil.
that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, full disclosure, other than that spell, I am basically useless because I don't believe zombies are classed as fiends because they're not possessed.
They're-
Useless.
they
You
are
can still
undead.
hit stuff.
Yeah. I can hit
I mean,
stuff, but
Throughout this entire
That's all I
time
do.
of...
I'm not useless.
Throughout this entire time of Raphael proposing the plan to you, Korgrin's just had the biggest smile about him. He was literally made for this.
and Arri
Just
literally
one-
was not.
Give me
It's
a
very,
purpose.
it's very rare that someone's destiny would be presented to an individual so early in their lives, but here it is.
Mr. Von Star.
Yes,
Is there
my
any way
lady.
you can make anyone's weapons like holy?
I apologise, but we are simply not. We are not paladins of any faith.
Are there any paladins in the village?
Like magic or anything? No.
My apologies. No, we do not possess magic like that.
Does anyone happen to have a longsword lying around out here that I could borrow?
Go on,
I feel
check the chat.
slashing would do a bit more than rapier.
Read the chat. Read the chat.
If you're, I believe that if there is a longsword to be had, it might be best to go to the venerable swordsman.
Well, that's not on our route. It's not urgent. Just wondering if someone had one spare knocking about somewhere. Worth a try.
I'm
For
gonna need
my-
a decent sword as well because all I got is daggers, scimitars, and my bow.
My
Apologise.
expertise, from what I understand of the dead, generally breaking and maiming is more effective than slashing and cutting. These things don't bleed per se. If you can break an arm, they can't swing it. If you can break a jaw, they can't bite with it.
There are many
But slashing's got
variations.
to be
but
better than piercing.
there are many variations of the undead. If we find any skeletal creatures in there, then perhaps bludgeoning would be the
Hey.
best way to go.
Scatter
if
the
there's-
bones.
If they are fleshy undead, then it would have to be divine energy.
I'm
I
not
have fire
gonna be
energy.
that useful.
Very well.
Otherwise,
So-
I think I might be.
How
a-
are we going-
Lock.
So, I ask you, what do you think is the best way in? Do we just storm in, clear the entrance, and then stealth forward, or do we create a distraction, clear the way, and then move unseen?
Ooh, I can cast light onto Toby and have him fly in as a distraction. So he's just like a
Yeah,
glowing
that's
ball.
true. It
There
would
you
be,
go.
yeah.
That's a
Flying
great
around making
idea.
noise.
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Draw them
If you
away
guys
from
are
the
okay,
gate.
is that for a distraction?
Just remember that you can only see through him up to 30 feet, and he can only be. Once he goes over 100 feet away, he disappears, I believe.
I just want him to
Alternatively,
be like around, let's say, because we're gonna go this direction, right?
begin
Yes.
with, but we
So,
don't want to
I'll
cut
just have
ourselves
him-
off from the market.
I'll just have him like here making noise whilst we get into the armor shop.
No! Burning someone's house down.
If it's a distraction,
I would appreciate it if we do not destroy this village any more than it already has been.
I mean, any recommendations on just going to one side of the gate, the fence, screaming real loud, see what happens?
Certainly possible. These creatures might be attracted to the noise.
Exactly.
I can run pretty
And I
quick,
can
so I can
obviously-
do that and run back.
Hold on. I take it because I also have predigitation, which makes like sparkly noises. Blue.
Be surprised if you could get a whole village's attention with prestidigitation.
What can I do?
Thaumaturgy, maybe.
Yeah,
I can-
that's slightly different.
Yeah, I don't have
Actual
that.
like spell rather than a cantrip.
I think the good old fashioned bang on the outside of the fence is good. I'll help anyone who wants to do that.
Yeah, I just say I'll put a light cantrip onto Toby and have him just.
Very well. Well, Laura Biff and I will be by the front entrance. If the enemy clears away from the front gate, then we'll move in. We'll take care of what stragglers there are, and move out. Come back out of the gate, wait for you to rejoin us, and hopefully the way will be clear enough and for us to stealth through.
And I'd certainly be happy to provide assistance with that endeavour as well.
I'd appreciate it, Golden Beard.
Are we gonna move on then?
Let's
Unsetting.
do it.
So
I guess,
Raphael and Laura Biff will position themselves there.
Am I running around to the outside to scream a bit?
Maybe we
Are we thinking like the north?
Well, we
Great.
want to go that way, don't we, first?
Yeah, we want to go. We're
Well,
heading
we're
to
going to the armour
station
shop, I
first.
suppose. So.
We're going there, and then we're basically going.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I can
That
come
way.
round to about there.
That's what I was thinking anyway.
Like, isn't the plan to go like blue, blue, blue?
We can't see what you're drawing.
Now we can.
Oh, now we can. Pretty much.
And then there.
Yeah, I can't draw. So that's the proposed plan.
This is the proposed route. And like from the old whiskey, we can also pop into this potion shop.
Yeah,
If we have
sounds like a plan.
time.
Yeah.
Or we could just have one person like sneak into the potion shop.
Quite
Yeah.
stealthy as well, so I could potentially do that. To get
Okay,
going
and
for
I
the
was
fun
thinking
one.
having TV. Do. Drawing with the mouse is hard. Over here making the noise and the light as a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, that seems fair, and then we should have a quick, fairly clear run through, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Like, worst case scenario, someone fucks up on the stealth roll, probably me, and we just fight until...
And Korgrin just literally kills them all with a snap of his fingers anyway, so it's
and
fine.
then we
Fair
just
enough.
hide in the next building until...
I get the feeling
Yeah,
that
it
the
dies
hiding and bunkering may not work because they know that's where activity was, so they wouldn't
So-
want to rely.
Well, I just make Toby create
Rennas has
more
got
noise again.
Rennas has gone over there. Is anyone joining him on this endeavour?
I mean, I'd leave me on my own. I was going to try and climb up the side of the fence as well, using my pitons, and get just to the top, to squat at the top of the fence.
Pitons don't work like that.
Well, I mean, I've got a rope that I could throw it over one of the...
Yeah, but you embed them into rock, not wood.
Well, I mean, if it works with rock, it'll work with wood, surely. They're sturdy
But-
tree trunks.
Not break the fence.
Yeah, the wood is not as pliable for pythons as it is for rock.
Okay, could I use my rope over one of the logs then?
You can certainly try. It's about 20, like I said, it's about 15 to 20 feet high,
Okay.
and it is spiked at the top.
So I've got to make a little loop with my rope, and just like... aiming for one of the...
Go
spikes
ahead
at the
and
top.
go ahead and make a ranged attack to do with strength, so you can add your proficiency bonus in your strength modifier.
Well, that's a big fat soddle. Oh, no, it's a 1, actually. Okay, so... Oh,
Plus or minus?
20... Plus.
Holy.
Well, there we go.
That is the
So with that-
sturdiest rope in the history of man.
Without any issue at all, boom, 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 like Wild West style. You throw it, you lasso it up there, it catches onto one of the spikes, and seems pretty tugged. pretty.
This one feels
It looks like
yeah.
it might support your weight.
Good look, so I'm going to climb up my little rope and get to the top of the...
Okay, can I just go ahead and get an athletics check, please?
This is where it all goes downhill. Remember how well I climb? Wow.
In four quick glides
I don't think
of
Rennas is
arms
running
and
the
legs,
eyes.
vroom, 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 you
He's
jump
actually
up
confident.
and you land. You actually land like on the spikes, with like on your tiptoes, so kind of like monk ninja style,
Nice.
and you're on there.
I'm just like thinking, do you know the difference, guys? No one can see me.
Can I get a perception?
No
check,
one's going to
please?
believe me when I go back and tell them that I did this.
Red's
Yes.
going to get a perception, please.
And this is where you get like 3.
In a row.
Enter in your eye.
Oh no, as in the number 3, but you got a 4.
No,
Alright.
you were one too generous. I rolled a 2.
So you only see the basic things that you can see. Don't determine anything else. You can see a lot and lot of undead things walking around. Many of them appear to be fleshy, with parts of their flesh gone and rotten, grey-skinned. You can see the graveyard where many of the graves have been freshly disturbed, whereas if their denizens have just gotten off and walked off. You can see a few skeletal creatures around, with like scraps of armor still attached to them. They are armed. You can see one or two of the creatures that Korgrin identified as ghouls walking about. They're sticking mainly to the shadowy parts, and they dart across with like a very swift movement about them. You can't determine anything else beyond those massive hordes, but as you look at the church, you can see that there is a big black orb that covers it. Like where the church would be, you do not see a church, you see a huge black orb that stretches out to the gates.
That's not ominous at all.
Well, that's quite interesting. I'll be sure
I'm
not
ready
to go anywhere near the
send
church.
in.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, I suppose me starting to make noise would be the signal anyway, because then you'd hear that, or you lighting Toby can be the signal for me to make noise either way. I don't quite know how I'm going to make noise yet.
Okay. Sure, we'll just wait for Corgi to get back before we move in.
Yes.
Okay.
I assume I'm still making pass without trace.
If you want, yep.
I mean, you could look through the gates first and see how well this is going to work and how well they're going to be spread out.
I'd
And
rather
then
them
just
not.
just because it'll
see
last
it.
longer.
It lasts an hour.
Yep.
I believe.
I mean, where
Yeah.
you are, Rennas, you can't get a very good view at the gate or anything around the gate.
Well, not with a
tell-
perception of 4, no.
You can see that there are creatures around the gate, but you can't see anything beyond that.
Yeah, so if we're going to stealth before we go in, I'd rather us be in
Yeah.
a position where we're not getting seen rather than get seen then try to stealth, because that doesn't work.
That's fine.
So, yeah, pass without trace on all within the party.
Oh,
Even though I think it's
I'm not
friends,
within
so.
30 feet, so I will lose out on it. Now, I can probably do without it, but just as a...
Yeah, I think everyone needs to stay within 30 feet of me as well, otherwise
Yeah,
they
actually-
lose it.
Rennas, because you can be seen at the moment, can I go ahead and get a stealth check from you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about being seen. The whole point is to make a distraction.
Okay, so you keep yourself low, and you don't make sure that anything that would glint the sunlight off of you is stowed away correctly. And you're safe in the knowledge that the majority of everything has not seen you. I mean, the ones that there are a couple of creatures that are zombies that are at the very base of where you are. They are looking up at you. They've got like gnawing, gnashing mouths, like gorged with flesh, black blood about them. They're staring at you with lifeless, dulled over eyes, going, "Oh, sail."
Sail.
I wonder if these guys make a lot of noise when you kill them. Maybe that could be a good distraction.
Okay.
No, right, so my plan is I've got a wine bottle. I'm going to take my dagger, and with the flat of my dagger, I'm going to be tapping it against the glass bottle, loud enough to make a noise, but gently enough so I don't smash my glass bottle of wine.
Ting, 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 ting,
Yeah,
ting.
while yelling, Fuck you all, zombie bastards! Rah!
Just go ahead and make a charisma check.
Gonna say
Stealth
complete
roll,
make
but
a performance.
reversed. The lower you roll, the better.
Sweet
You're quite
melodious
you're
dagger
quite
wine
confident.
music.
You are quite confident that you are creating a fair amount of noise. Everyone at the gate, you can just about hear off in the distance, ting, ting, ting. Oh, you motherfuckers! Ting, 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 ting. Come get some!
Okay, when I hear that, I send Toby in to start flapping around like a beautiful glowing orb of bat.
No,
Let's go,
let me go get Toby. Is he still a bat, by the way?
Yeah, I didn't change him. Like before he goes in, I'm gonna cast like the light cantrip on him, so he's glowing.
Okay, so he is a glowing bat. Kind
We're
of
gonna
I'm
take
gonna
for a bat.
send him towards here, so we kind of get a divide.
You know you can do spells through Toby. Can you just
Yeah.
cast loads of firebolts out? Not aiming people for combat, but just as extra distractions and.
Okay, so
On
you
the
can
ground?
you should have control of Toby, so I'll just put him there as he's starting off.
Okay, so he's gonna go in, then he's gonna cast a light cantrip on himself and just be over here making some like knocking over barrels of fruit or whatever, and just being like.
Okay. So he flies
That is
off.
back convenient.
And go ahead and can everybody there make perception checks, please? I'll have Raphael and Laura both do perception checks as well.
Do I get another one? Do I get another perception check?
No, just for the people at the gate.
Just trying to fix my 4.
That's cool.
Yeah, the knights don't hear anything.
Okay. I guess.
Okay,
Korgrin's
so
battle special.
everybody, I would say everybody but Arri, you guys can hear the sound of footsteps and moaning getting more and more distant.
Yeah. And the command for Toby is to just kind of like stay as when they get closer, just to stay kind of above their heads.
Okay, no worries. So he'll be fluttering around there. I would say he's at the very precipice of where he can go right now, so he's pretty much 100 feet away from you.
Okay.
Alright, so with that,
Ready to
Laura
go?
Beth and Raphael go up to the bolts of the gates, long slatted wood that is basically used as a barricade. It says, "Alright, you guys ready?"
Aye.
Alright.
I said I was glad to be here, but yeah, I can be ready too.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. They pull off the slab, and the gate instantly goes a little ajar. Can I get stealth checks from you all, please?
Oh
Don't
boy.
have to roll at disadvantage.
Yes, they have to roll at disadvantage.
I don't for a change.
We have plus 10.
Ah,
Fuck
damn
my
it.
We
life.
That's
We
not
did
good.
shit.
So you thought you'd give yourself disadvantage anyway.
Yeah, apparently. I'm like, it's fine, I'll get myself so for the rest of you.
What are these funky things they've got? I want that.
Holy
Really?
shit. All the party, I think, but Arrabella is gonna fail.
No, we got Pass Without Trace, yeah?
Oh shit! That's
Did
right.
you cast it? Yes.
So that's good. So
That's
so
a
that makes it-
life.
Yeah, so it is like
That makes
plus 10 to all
that
of
makes it a 12 for Laura Beth, so so plus 10 for all that. So
I'll roll for shit.
so yeah,
Oh,
Raphael got 22. That's not bad at all. All right, let me just check. So their passive is that. Their passive is that. That's good.
Ew.
Their
Stop
passive
it.
I think
is
sorting my dog out as well.
that's good. That's good. That's very good. Okay. Oh. What are you doing, Millie? Oh, you're chewing on your rope. Okay. Right. So immediately, as the gates open up and you all sticking as close to Arrabella as possible, there are one or two zombies still sort of meandering around. They haven't seen you. They're just sort of staring off into space and like standing in the where they are essentially. You can see a whole group of them over here, along with a group of skeletons directly behind them. Over here, just here.
Oof.
Looking over, it looks like there are way more zombies than there are skeletons. You can see that there is a group of them heading over in this direction, following the noises of what Rennas is doing.
That's a
Rennas, you instinctively know that there are a few of these creatures in the cemetery, but you just know that you just can tell that there are groups. You can't make any defining features out of them because of the poor perception check you made.
You done fucked up now.
But I climbed the wall really well.
Because you guys are in stealth, I would say that so long as you don't, can I get a group perception checks from everybody, please?
I mean, hypothetically, if I was to shoot someone and jump off the roof, would that start combat? And jump off the wall to the other side?
Depending on how you wanted to do it, they would go for you, but if they're slow creatures, and
yeah, they'd come towards the wall. The plan is I'm fall down the other side and run round to the gates with the rest of them.
Yeah.
I have guidance for my perception.
Go ahead.
Can I have guidance for my perception?
Oh, nice.
So there you go.
Thanks.
Okay, so righto. Okay. So, all right then. So Verity, Arri, and the Knights. You'll be essentially having to lead the way on this and making sure that they don't run into anything dangerous. For the time being, I'm just going to make Raphael the group token.
That's good.
So if you are going to just divert away from Raphael, please let me know, and then we'll put your tokens to where you want them to go.
Okay.
So
Rennas,
Rennas, you can see that the gates have opened up. What are you going to do?
Okay, doke. So I'm just gonna draw my bow, take a quick pop at that one, and then literally as soon as I've fired it.
All right, so it's not that one. That's a group of about 10.
Yeah, that group.
That's a group
fine.
of 10 to 20 of them coming over to you.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna randomly try and take out one. Or
Okay, just go and make an attack roll. Go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
Am I in stealth?
Yes, you are.
No, really not. I was.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you're going tang. Over here, you can't see me. Tang.
Sorry. I still roll stealth. Sorry, I didn't mean for that.
Hello, Millie. Did you want some attention?
Does a 14 hit anything?
Zombies.
14 will hit them. Yes.
With a whole 4 damage. They're scared now.
So yeah. Thunk. Just keeps on walking with the arrow in its head.
Yep, and I jump off the wall.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, please.
I get a +2 for my amazing ring, which is the only reason I jumped off the wall, just so I could use it.
Ring off you.
So 21.
21. Just a moment.
All over this climbing shit today, I just can't see anything.
You are. So your ring does not activate, and it does not give you a +2.
No, I thought it was on deck saves.
Nope.
But that's what you told me it was when I rolled an Arcana check before. You told me it activates on deck saves.
You know it's to do with deck saves, but you succeeded your deck save, so nothing happens.
Oh, okay. If I'd failed it, something. Oh, it's going to be uncanny reflexes, isn't it? Uncanny dodge, or effectively. But either way. Okay.
Possibly.
Either way, I survived. Fine. I still
anyway,
didn't get the final
so
ring
you only take half damage from this. So it's 3 points of falling damage.
Okay.
Because you did jump off from 20 feet.
Well, I mean, you know.
So you're down on your ground, and making use of all your speed, you quickly rush off. I would say the group gets to about here by the time you're able to catch up with them.
Oh, okay.
Can I get another stealth check from you? You can add your +10 to it as you join in.
Oh, sweet.
What's RBF?
Resting bitch face.
Wow. Wow. Guys, you missed it. I climbed that fence so easily, climbed down so easily. Like I said, I was so excited about telling them that I just walked in making loads of noise, telling everyone, Guys, I climbed the wall!
and with that, the immediate creatures around the area turn and look at you. And they start coming in.
Oh shit, we're supposed to be stealth.
Can I get initiative? Can I get initiative from everyone? I just need to make a new map very quickly, so bear with me.
We didn't even get to us first.
I mean, I was not supposed to roll a crit one for flipping thing.
They have a passive perception of 8. You failed that.
Fucking hell.
Well, I had to be as a crit one. You know, I still technically rolled a 20.
Oh, low roll, man. Low roll.
That's one as in that one.
I know. Well, I got a 23 on my initiative, but I did forget to select my token, so I apologize.
Luckily, because of what you were doing, the vast majority of them cleared out. But there are still a few of them scattered around. And the longer you stay and fight, the more you think more will come. So
get Toby to distract them again.
Are any of these buildings the actual guardhouse that we were going for?
No.
Okay.
Wait, is this not the
new map? I think.
Sorry, I'm
New
literally
map
just
to
adding
this.
in everything. This is why. Why did you have to fail with stealth on that? I've got to make a map of the
There you. How did we make work for you?
Yeah.
Damn ingrates.
You know we rule.
How dare you get your money's worth from them?
To be fair, this is punishment for calling us Team Numpty.
Well,
This is exactly why we're called Team Numpty.
Yeah, this is exactly why you're called Team Numpty and won't be changing anytime soon, Team Numpter.
God damn it! But I climbed the wall so well!
Listen here, Captain Numpty. If you lead your team a little better from being Numpties...
Ain't no leader.
Alright, so if I... This should work. Like that. There we go.
Oh.
Suddenly zombies.
Right, zombies have got
choose music.
-2 to their dex.
If they still go faster than me, I'll be insulted.
They go so that's 12 for them. For the zombies.
Assholes.
You'll go first because you actually have plus in your dex. Skeletons. I think they have a +1. Let's just check.
Lesley.
Yes.
Go on then.
They've got +2 to this, so let's roll again.
What do they do?
4 for the skeletons. And then let me just roll for 2 knights.
Ow, Larbeth
Good job,
is
Larbeth.
fucking hard. He is
Oof,
underperforming.
oof.
It's afterpay effects.
She's thinking about singing. She secretly always wanted to be a bard.
Or she stole Otti's A Hero Rises book and is distracted.
Oti will not be impressed if you stuck back at the wagons without a book.
Why do you think Oti wanted to be alone for a little while?
Oh god.
Alright, so we're going to the top of the round, which is Loic.
Sweet. I'm gonna try to put an Eldritch Blast in this one.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
But I not top of the round? Have you got better decks than me? That's outrageous.
He critted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I.
That's a hit. 17 points of damage. Oof. You blast a good hole in its torso. And it just sort of stands there going, and keeps on coming for you guys.
Can I aim another one at its head?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a hit. Roll damage.
I didn't mean to add 7 that last time. It should have been a 4. So the first
9
one
points
should
of
be
damage.
2.
So there's a DC. I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
So aiming at this one's
Plus-
noggin.
+3. Okay, so you blow it in the head, and you do create a massive hole where the brain is, but there is a few stems of necrotic energy that sort of starts sewing it together. And it's barely functioning, but the magic of what it is just causes it to still live.
And this one should be pushed back 20 feet as well.
1,
now.
2, 3. There you go.
Let's stay as close to the cleric as possible and then pass my turn.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so
If
next
me.
up is Verity. You're up.
Have I been skipped? Because I rolled that 20 on my...
It should be.
Well, you're not there then because you didn't add your click your token.
I did say that.
For
I
us, the
apologise.
turn would, just
I didn't hear that.
Oh.
I did not hear it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You were then
Just
distracted putting your own things in, so that was...
Yeah.
I should have checked. But it's all... Like I said, we both ended up on the same.
Yeah, I can only see the enemies in the turn order.
So yeah, so you're
Yeah,
you're going next then. So what was your
23, so it was exactly the same as Loic's.
I have a plus
Was
3 on the
when
deck ball, which I think is
Math
the same.
changed was when
So, yeah, we are identical.
it blanked.
Alright, so Rennas, you are up now.
Okie doke. So I'm going to run into this little gap here, because I quite like that.
Yep.
And I'm just going to fire my bow at that one. I'm not even going to bother
Okay.
hiding, because I'm sure I'm going to fail.
I don't know. AC of 8.
Oh, it's a fair point, actually, but you know.
You hit.
Yeah, happy days.
It's slow and has no armor on it whatsoever.
Makes sense.
Oh, you rolled fairly well on damage.
8
miracle.
piercing damage. Still standing.
And then for my bonus action, in fact, for my bonus action, I hide.
Okay. Make a stealth roll.
Save me doing it next turn if it succeeds and they don't come right up next to me.
So that's
And am I within
39.
pass without trace? Yeah.
That's 39. So, basically,
Not 20 tonight.
so you're basically in the bushes at the moment, and like a submarine, your head just disappears, going beep beep beep. Yeah, it just disappears. The rest of you just see kind of like the troll face on Rennas' face as he disappears into the bushes. Okay, Verity, you're up.
Okay, so is this where the entrance to the building is?
No, the entrance to the building is here.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm going to start making my way towards that.
That's just their house, though. So
It's just a house. Where's the building we're aiming for?
the building you're aiming for is way further ahead. You've literally just walked in through the front gate and Rennas fucked up immediately.
We need to walk down the street.
It's how we do.
Duck into the house, guys? Yeah? Maybe?
I think Jack was saying that if we stay here and fight, more of them come. We just kind of need to be clearing a path, which meant I probably attacked the wrong one. I should have attacked one of the ones below us. And we start clearing a path and just moving through.
That makes sense.
In terms of how I've ruled this mechanically, you guys have essentially 10 rounds to eliminate all the enemies before more come.
Oh, we can do that.
Oh, okay, so we have to eliminate them and we can't just run off.
Then I'm gonna
So that it basically is you have in real time you have a minute to clear out everything around you before they're attracted by the noise of combat and get more, essentially.
Okay, then I'm just gonna fireball this guy.
Make an attack roll, please. That's a hit. 9 points of fire damage. Yeah, so it's burning. And it doesn't like it.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to sink into the bushes like Rennas did.
Okay.
Not those glasses.
You do so, but your legs stick out a bit, so you're kind of like. So you're not hiding.
No, I'm just like I tried to sink down, so it's probably just going to be the top of my head, like.
Yeah, basically, like a cat searching for its prey.
Eyes do the thing as well.
Yeah, but everyone is keenly aware that Verity is there. Okay, Arrabella, you're up.
Okay, so seeing as we have to fight them all, I'm going to try and fiendbow that one.
Okay, sure, make an attack roll. They're not fiends, so the special roll doesn't activate unless you get 10 hits in a row. That's a hit. Wait, no, that's a skeleton. That's a skeleton. That's a miss. Oh, these do actually. Yeah, so the arrow goes through the rib cage and out the other side without actually impacting it.
Huh. Okay, then I'll use my second attack.
Okay.
Stop my cat from falling off my lap.
Hi, bye.
To go for this one.
Yeah, so that one's already been hurt. That's a hit.
Trust me to get a 26 on the one which got a lower AC.
Yeah, they have an AC of 8. They're like one of the easiest to hit creatures in the game. They just have that undead fortitude though, which can be annoying. 7 points of damage against it. So the arrow sinks into it, it slows down a little bit, but it doesn't look like it just feels any pain. It's still coming for you. Okay, is that your go over?
Yeah, any action I'm going to use to keep with the cleric just in case he moves.
No worries. Bellatrix, you're up.
I am going.
Oh, dear me.
Do a delayed attack.
Okay, make an attack roll. That's a hit. I take it you're not raging, is that right?
Not currently.
Right, so that means nobody gets their advantage.
I get advantage because they're undead. I don't, but it would be nice.
It would be nice, but you don't get it because I don't like you. Alright, 11 points of damage against the zombie. You hack off a fair amount of its flesh, but it's still standing, but barely.
Okay, I will try again.
That is a hit. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
Oh, well, it would have been, 1 plus 1.
Yeah. So 5 plus 30. No, that's 2. It's 5 plus 11. Plus 11. So 16. So I need to then make them do a Constitution saving throw. No, that's a fail. This zombie is cut down and ceases to move. Oh, like you sink your blade into its brain, jam it about a little bit, and just pull it out with like bits of gore just flying everywhere. All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
Nah.
All right. It's the zombies' turn, and they don't move very fast. 5, 10, 15. There's going to be one slam attack against you, +3. That is 12 to hit you, Bellatrix.
It does not.
So it like lazily like claws at you, and you just shake it off with your bulging biceps arm. 5, 10, 15, 20, dashing. 25, 30, 35. Go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
How does skeletons have a movement of 40?
It's in
When
10.
dashing, they have a movement of 20.
Ah, okay.
It's not the zombies are rushing at you, so they're using their action to dash. But that's
Okay,
their
no, that
turn.
makes sense. Fine.
It's
Okay.
Raphael's turn, so he's going to immediately go between here, and he's going to pull out a great sword. It's shiny, has a red hilt, and he just spins it around in his hands, and he strikes at the one beside Bellatrix.
I stare intently at the blade.
Just a moment. I'm not showing the description behind that. That's a surprise.
I'll show the description. You showed us the goddamn dagger that steals lives.
Yeah, that was a mistake, and that's never going to happen again. Alright, so that is a hit. So 7 slashing damage, so he needs to make a constitution saving throw of 12. He hacks into the creature, into the zombie, but it's still standing, it's still just about survived that. Yeah, okay. So then he'll hack it away at it again. That's a hit. For 6 slashing damage, so that's another constitution saving throw for him. Yeah, no, this zombie, Flash is just hacking away at him. And he's literally just bones at this point, but it's still standing. This one keeps us saving on its constitution saving throws. Amazing. Nice, so that's Raphael's turn, that's all you can do. Korgrin, you're up.
Oh, hey. You're a bit too close for me, thank you. Bonus action, I would like to cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
So I just deal extra radiant damage, so I would like to take
Basically,
a swing at the zombie. Hey, bada, swing!
4 damage. Okay, yep. Right, did you want to add your +10 to that? Alright, that's a hit then. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hopefully I've typed that out right.
Alright, so with that, the radiance shines from your warhammer, and as it strikes into it, it dispels the whatever foul magic is moving this creature, and it burns away in a pile of ash. Thanos style. Okay, so, yep.
Maybe my guy.
that's-
Movement, I would like, so that was 5 feet.
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25. Be pushing on.
Okay. Right. It is the skeleton's turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That guy's going to pull out his short bow. He'll take a shot at Korgrin.
Did just annihilate his pal.
The arrow itself shatters on impact from your armor. No power behind it whatsoever. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15. Alright, so one more weapon attack on you, Korgrin. +4 to this. It's 22 to hit you.
That actually hits.
Yeah, that actually fucking hits you, you son of a bitch. This is 1d6 plus
Your
2.
dragon didn't, so you know.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. 5 points of damage against you. And then...
what kind of damage is that? Piercing, slashing, bludgeoning?
Slashing.
I take 2 points of
Sorry.
damage.
My apologies. Piercing. My apologies.
I take 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Okay, alright, there's going to be an attack on Raphael. That's a miss. That's there go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. One attack on Loic. Natural 20.
Perfect.
Maximum damage. So 14 points of damage against Loic.
Oh,
So you are slashed across the back from one of these skeleton creatures, causing a nasty gash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy's going to pull out a short bow and shoot at Lorabeth. Plus 3 to that. It actually hits her. Wow. Minimum damage, so it's only going to be 3 points of damage against her. Okay, it is Lorabeth's turn. She's going to focus on the zombie in front of her. She's going to pull out her sword that seems to resonate with has an icy chill about it. And she unleashes her great sword attacks at it. Where is she? There she is. She goes, "Taste my tongue sticker!"
Oh, what?
You feel like there are better names to call your weapon than tongue sticker.
I read
Yeah,
it.
you could have picked something.
I imagine she tried to lick it.
I'm a good egg. Don't look at it.
15 points of
only
damage
five.
against her.
I saw it.
Interesting.
So as she does that, she strikes across the face and wedges the sword inside the mouth of the zombie. And as she pulls it out, its tongue is attached to the freezing chill blade of her weapon, and pulls the entire tongue out, flicks it, and throws it down to the floor. And she looks back at you and says, "There's a name for everything."
Still disgusting.
She's definitely been reading Otti's book.
She named it. She named it herself.
The tongue for everything.
So,
Can see that she named it.
natural 20. So, that's not good. So, so 1, 2. Fuck that. I'm just going to do it the regular way. So 2d6,
Did you roll on 1?
3d6. There we go.
Can't she re-roll because she's a
Yeah, she can re-roll.
Just make it more
I don't-
complicated for Jacqueline, don't you?
And because she's a half-orc, she gets savage attack, so she gets an extra d6. That's not doubled here, so 2. So 6 doubled, so that is 12 points plus 14 points of damage. And with that, she cuts the zombie down, and it literally the wound itself is frozen solid. It sort of shifts all over its body until its entire body is covered in ice. By the time it hits the ground, it actually shatters into 1,000 pieces with just its limbs and its head remaining.
That's so cool.
So that was her second attack. She'll then move over to the skeleton here, and that's going to be her go. All right, Loic, you're up.
Eldritch Blast on that bad boy. Disadvantage.
That's
Say the
a
line,
miss.
warlock.
That's a miss.
Plus
Plus
77?
77.
Plus
Wow.
Does an 81 hit?
Hit God.
Ow.
211.
The watcher just goes, "Ow, that hurt."
Alright, I'll attack this one for my second attack. Has disadvantage.
Yep. That's the miss.
Ow.
Okay. I'm not gonna bother moving again, so that's it.
Real
Okay.
levels, I'm impressed.
Right, Rennas, you're up.
What is
Sorry.
odd?
Guess I'm guessing you guys are fine down there. I'm just going to shoot this one with a bow.
Oh, yeah.
Am I still stealthed, I'm assuming?
3 falls in a row?
Yeah.
Happy days. Boom, boom, boom.
You really need your triple advantages against the skeleton, though.
I might get a crit.
Rapier?
Was that my rapier? It's exactly the same stats, to be fair, but yes, I rolled for the wrong one.
I will assume it to be your short bow, then.
It is,
22, yeah. A 22 does hit.
There's joke.
That's, you rolled to attack there, that's not damage.
Was it?
Okay, yeah.
God, no, that was my sneak attack damage.
If you click the short bow,
Yeah,
yeah, there we go.
there you go, there. So 16.
So 16 points of damage against that skeleton there. And yet with that, the bow itself goes straight through the spinal column, breaks it in half, and the entire thing falls apart.
And I hide.
Okay.
I quite like this reverse way of doing it.
Yep. So you just go beep 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 beep. So you disappear again. Verity, you're up. Eyes just above the hedge line, just scanning around. Bing, bing, bing.
Target acquired.
Target acquired. Commence attack.
I'm gonna
Shots fired.
this one with the firebolt.
Go ahead, make an attack roll. That's a hit. Roll damage.
I loosen the jar you got.
Ah, that sucks.
Hey, it's the.
So I need to make a Constitution saving throw for him. That is the DC. That is the DC. I rolled an 8, and the DC was 8, so he survives. Still, he's had 1 HP on the last 5 attacks, but he succeeded on his Constitution saving throw each time.
I will call you lucky.
Alright, so
I'm just gonna have Toby continuing to try and make noise somewhere else, so anyone who might be coming towards us would go there instead.
well, Toby's off at another part of the map at the moment, over about 100 feet away, so he is keeping the majority of people there.
Yay, Toby.
So you're literally only dealing with stragglers at the moment. Okay, so Arrabella, you're up.
Which ones are the 8AC ones?
The zombies, which are these coloured ones there.
The white-haired
The
ones.
kingfish one.
Yeah, the
Looking
yeah,
ones.
the ones that have half their jaws missing.
The ones that are like,
Not
then
Time for a zombie selfie. Can't do duck lips, but I can do the dead lips.
So I still have no idea which ones you're actually meaning because you're just pulling weird poses.
it's
These
like,
ones there.
So
Yeah.
those ones. Okay,
That's it,
cool.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
ones doing dead lips for the camera.
and then the ones that are like,
Hashtag dead lips. There we go. Started.
Is it
So,
in Urian Blue or something like that? Steel? In still a movie where he's pulling the face?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
another one.
Zoolander.
Yeah, yeah. That.
Okay.
Yeah, look. Anyway, what are you doing?
The ones which have an AC of because as a player I have no idea still because you guys are just making weird faces.
I would say this guy there.
I don't see a ping.
That's a hit.
This map is against me.
You didn't see the ping? You see my ping?
Yes, I see pings. So yeah, the white-haired ones.
Yeah, those
Cool.
ones, yeah. Sorry, we've been pinging them for ages.
Yeah.
They only just came through. To be fair, about 12 just came through to me. So
Sure.
Alright, so yeah, that's a hit. So 6 points of damage. Alright, so that's a DC of 11. He fails. He finally falls apart, chopped to pieces, and
I just
destroyed in
named
every
that
way.
one. Come on.
and then I'll Horde Breaker
The one,
this one.
that one. Okay, make another attack roll. That's a hit. Roll damage.
What are you eating?
4 points of damage against that guy. So you fire the bow, it launches into its chest, like straight in the heart. It just looks at it and then continues to try and claw at Raphael.
Then I'll use my second attack to go at it again. Oh,
By the way,
I'm
I
gonna-
haven't cut out at all. I haven't the last word of my sentence hasn't been missing for you guys. You've been hearing me very clearly tonight, right?
yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
sometimes
Super.
a little
It definitely seems better.
through, but...
All right, so
Gonna use my lucky. Gonna use my lucky.
you gotta lose your lucky.
Yes. My one time, like, still doesn't hit, but at least I don't break my bow.
Yeah, it does hit.
Oh wait, it does hit.
Yeah, they have an AC of 8.
The crit one would hit if it wasn't a crit one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, you cannot miss these guys, Harry. Oh. 9 points of damage against him. Okay, so another arrow launches into the chest, still just standing there, rolling, dead. Excuse me.
Kill him.
Do I
yeah.
still go flamey if they're not fiends?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
cool.
playing
Yeah.
a bit hits.
So yeah, your hair's on fire at the moment.
That's so cool.
Okay, Bellatrix, you're up.
Oh, it me. Let's go.
But you.
Hit things. Rah!
You know I'm gonna. D20.
Glad you guys have learned restraint from your previous encounter, by the way.
This
I am
Yeah,
hiding
I was-
like a bitch at the back.
Sailor's mantle next turn.
That is a miss on that guy, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Are you kidding?
That is also a miss.
Okay, bonus action with the back of my glaive.
Okay. I have the hiccups. That still misses.
I'm just swinging
I'm
around.
just picturing this like really slow ambling skeleton and Bella just going. "Eh."
No, the skeleton are actually quite nimble. It's using its own sword to deflect your
No.
your glaive away at the moment. Okay, zombie's turn. So this guy's going up here. Right, one attack on Korgrin +3. That's a miss. One attack on Raphael. That's a miss.
Oh, jeez.
Zombies coming in 5, 10, 15, 20. You can only get to Loic, so therefore it will attack Loic.
Oh,
Natural one. It trips and falls over. It is prone.
Stamp on its head. Ah!
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's his turn over. It is Raphael's
Yeah,
turn. He's seeing Bellatrix having a bit of difficulty with that skeleton, so he's going to aim for the one that you were aiming for, Bellatrix.
I do the dum-dum.
Still sounds like an STD.
That's a hit. That is a hit.
burning justice.
10 slashing damage against him.
It's a
Still
firefighter's
standing,
coming in
but-
going, what's on fire? Burning? Just this.
And that second one is a miss. But yeah, so that's Raphael's turn. Korgrin, you're up.
Take a swing at the skeleton.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I completely missed a whole bunch of other skeletons. My bad. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, one attack on Bellatrix.
It's a skeleton, not a zombie, so it's below on.
Oh yeah. Then don't pay attention to that natural 20. So I thought it was the skeleton's turn. It was Raphael's turn. I'm a silly Billy.
Korgrin's turn.
Korgrin's turn. Yeah.
Korgrin's turn.
Corgi.
Which one are you hitting?
Scaly Benelli.
He's actually hit. That is going to be a hit indeed.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
This is bludgeoning damage, right?
It is.
The D4 is radiant, so the 1 is a 2.
Ow.
So that is 9 points of damage. It's still standing, but it's definitely hurt from that.
The D4 is another 3.
Yeah, the D4's the 3. It's radiant, so the radiant doesn't get double. The bludgeoning does, which is the 1. Fortunately. Do I want a bonus action or anything? I don't think I do.
Oh wait, no, your modifier.
Yeah.
That's also counted as bludgeoning damage, isn't it?
It is.
Suppose, yeah, that's part of the...
Because that's the physical aspect behind it, isn't it?
That's true.
So that becomes an 8. So yeah, that would destroy the skeleton.
Pass.
So you smash it into a million pieces with one blow.
Nice.
No bonus action.
Praise Morty.
Okay. Is that your go over then?
Mm-hmm.
Righto. Skeleton's turn. Spooky, scaly skeletons. Oh god.
Shivers down your spine.
The hiccups.
Will shock your soul.
Shock your souls.
Seal
Alright,
your
so-
dreams at night.
D3. Alright, so one shot at you, Bellatrix. That is 15 to hit.
Yes, that is my AC, I believe.
Oh, okay, so that's a D6 plus 2. Maximum damage, 8 points damage against you.
Big dick damage.
I mean, I know it won't
Right,
last long. It's nice fighting things that do like 6 damage rather than 50.
Dick damage.
Another attack on you, Bellatrix, from the sword beside you. That's a miss.
No.
One attack on Lorabeth. That's a miss. And that is all they can do. It's Lorabeth's turn. She's going to attack the skeleton in front of her. That is a hit. For 15 points of damage against the skeleton, and it is destroyed from a single blow from that. She immediately turns around and comes to this creature there. She gets attack at advantage because it's prone. That's a hit. 15 plus 6 cold damage. So it's 21 points of damage against it. Oh, brings it down to 1 HP. Doesn't need to do fortitude because it's still alive.
1 HP.
Yeah. Loic, you're up.
Stomp on it.
If I attack this bad boy next to me, do I get disadvantage? This is prone.
I mean, just crit stomp
Are
it.
you? Are you attacking with a ranged?
Yeah, I was gonna use Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that would still be disadvantage because you're within 5 feet and it's prone.
Right, I'll step back then. And then
It gets the attack of opportunity at disadvantage against you.
okay, that's fine. I'll buy that risk.
Plus 3 to these.
Alright.
Natural 1.
So just
So you just-
Over again.
Yeah, it reaches out to grab you, but you just stomp on its fingers. You're fairly certain you snap a couple off.
oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna attack it now.
And again,
Damage.
that is a hit. So you're rolling at disadvantage because it is prone.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Still a hit. We'll go with a 13 damage. So it's 13 force damage against it. So 5 plus 13. DC Constitution of 18. Plus 3 to that. That meets the fucking DC. It survives.
Oh.
So you blow parts of it off, but it's still crawling around on the floor, just going, trying to grab you. You can have your second attack. I'm just going to hold my breath until these hiccups stop.
So it's a 14 because it's disadvantage.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Roll
Yeah,
down.
he's holding his breath.
He's holding his breath because of hiccups.
Just kill this freaking creature. It's taking me like 40 minutes.
Not even in the town yet. Like,
Yeah.
Succeeds on its
Yeah, I'm
constitution.
sorry.
Fuck it. I'm dipping.
It succeeds on its constitution. You blow more parts off of it, but it's still coming.
I'm pretty sure Lorabeth killed that one.
Rennas, you're up.
So are these like proper bushes, or are they just different coloured
Yeah,
grass?
they're proper bushes.
Happy days. I'm sneaking down the bushes. And
You'll be moving at difficult terrain.
is that just half it? Where was I?
Yeah,
I was
just
there.
half.
1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'll make it to there.
Not a problem.
And I will take a shot at that guy.
Okay, make an attack roll at triple advantage because of your broken ass Zephyrs.
I need it. You've seen how many times I miss.
I know.
Not
That's a
today.
hit.
Yeah.
4 piercing damage against it.
And
And
another
sneak
7
attack.
sneak.
So that brings it to 11 points of damage. Still standing, but definitely hurt from that attack. You shatter several rib cages off in the blow.
And then I slink back into the bushes.
Next up. So that's 37. All right, Verity, you're up.
I love passing out trays so much.
Okay, I'm just gonna firebolt at. Oh, what are you doing? Firebolt at this guy.
Right, the hurt one. Yep, no problem.
Skeletons is gonna higher DC.
That is a hit. Roll damage. And with that, you fire the firebolt. As soon as it hits the creature, the limbs go flying everywhere. The skull sort of falls down onto the ground, jitters a little on the ground, and then falls inert.
Hell Rider style.
It's a flaming skull on the ground now. So.
Next.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? It is a flaming skull, and it has a little bit of a green pitch around it, Korgrin.
Smash it.
Okay, is that everything you're doing, Verity?
There's nothing else I can do, so I'm just gonna chill here. I think we got this.
Arrabella, you're up.
Gonna try and feedbow that one.
Go ahead. Hits.
Why won't you let me click it? It's got the formula permanently there. Oh my lord. So to do roll an attack, like damage. What would it be?
Yeah, you roll damage. It'll be a D8 plus your dex.
Yeah.
1d8 plus 2. Yeah, because for some reason
Plus
it's
proficiency as well, so it'll be plus.
plus 3.
What happens?
Is it not
if
for
I
damage?
click it?
Or am I wrong
So
there?
Even if
No, your fiend bow is still a normal bow unless it is going up against an actual feat. So it's still D8 plus your dex, which is 2.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
3 points of damage against it.
yeah, that's fine. Lesley, did you just purposely send gibberish?
I wanted to click it. I wanted to know what it did. I couldn't stop myself. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just I've just got a permanent. Oh, it's staying there. That's so annoying. I'll go for the one next to it with Hordebreaker, Fiend Bow again.
Okay.
Refresh.
Okay. Hit.
1d. Oh, this is
Sorry,
my sixth hit now.
Yes. So at this point, you're resonating a fire around your entire body as your bow is vibrating violently. I believe you've gained resistance to fire damage at this point.
For a minute, yeah.
Not that they used fire, but sure.
You never know.
Come on, cast fire on Arri.
So it's 8 points. Was that against the zombie next to it?
Yeah, because Hordebreaker can only be used on one next to it.
Oh well, there was a skeleton next to it as well. Next to him as well. So.
Oh, I was keeping with the dead face, duck face.
No problem, no problem. So yeah, that's 8 points of damage. So you fire the arrow into it, sinks into its shoulder, just standing there, taking the damage.
Okay, and
Okay.
then
Third attack.
A second. Yeah.
Second attack, yeah.
So I'll go to the original one again.
Yep.
And shoot my fiend bow again.
Go ahead.
I can't. My sheet broke. There we go. Oh, come on. I don't know what's going on with my roll 20.
So the first one's a hit.
I'm gonna have to refresh in a sec.
No problem.
Oh,
So roll damage. There we go. So 10 points of damage on that one.
Oh, it did go through.
Okay. So
I'm refreshing. So that takes me to 7 hits in a row.
So the DC is 9. So it stays on its constitution, so it shouldn't be functioning, but it still is.
Fine.
Okay.
This is big fan.
And with that, your bow is on 7th hit. It is now almost boiling to the touch, but it's not painful at all. You're just like vroom, 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 creating a massive pulsating vibration for you. Okay, Bellatrix, you're up.
Okay, I am gonna try and hit the one. That one.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
8.
12 points of damage. Yet with that, you destroy the skeleton, smashing it down. Psh, dust flying everywhere from the decrepitness of the bones.
I'm just gonna climb on through your bones. Big cells, sorry mate.
You send them back.
That lady.
Go ahead. That's a hit. Roll damage. So 13 points of damage plus 5. So this is that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So DC 18 con save plus 3 to this. It saves. So you smash it down. You actually chop one of its arms off, but it just goes like, oh, still standing there.
Bonus action back of the glaive.
Zombies are fucking annoying.
Piece of shit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Smash it with a glaive.
So DC Constitution saving throw of 9 saves. So you're wailing away at it, but it's not going down. Alright, that's your go over. It is its turn. So the one that you just chopped this arm off, it's going to make an attack roll at you, Bellatrix. Natural 20. I think I've hit so far. So it's 1d6 plus 1. Maximum damage, so 13 points of damage against you, Bellatrix.
Ow.
Ew. One attack on... rolling a dice, rolling a dice, rolling a dice. Whenever you're ready. One attack on Raphael. That's a miss. And then this guy's going to stand up. And he's going to attack at Lorabeth. That's a hit. For 3 points of damage against Lorabeth. Okay, and that's their turn. It's Raphael's turn. He's going to cut the one that you weren't able to cut down, Bellatrix.
Yeah. No.
That's it. Oh, it's just like, fucking hell. Yeah, so he misses on that one, brings around for his second attack. That's a hit. 10 slashing damage, so the DC is 15.
Come on, Mr. Nightface.
It doesn't fucking go down.
Things are
Fucking zombie. He's barely got anything left. He's like just a gutted, like just fucking nothing. There's like nothing to him, but he's still standing. It's like a skeletal structure. Okay, Korgrin, you're up.
Swing, better.
That's a hit.
And this is
Are you hitting the one right? Are you hitting the one in right front? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 1d8 plus 1d4 plus 4. Again, the same roll?
Wow.
Actually, the same roll as last time.
8 points of damage.
Damage.
It is still standing. Did not like the radiant damage.
Hey, man. I'm not going to waste anything as a bonus action, so that is my turn.
Okay, Skellington's turn. They're all dead.
What Skellington?
So Lorabeth's turn. She's going to attack the zombie in front of her with a tongue sticker.
Still
That's
not
a
a
hit.
fan.
14 points of slashing damage. Well, 14 points of damage. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw of 19. Yeah, and with that, she rams the sword into it and jams it back out, bringing the tongue along with it as the tongue has been stuck to the blade. Okay. And with that, she's going to move. She's got 30 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to take one swing on the zombie right in front of you. That's a hit. So that's 8 points of damage against him. So the DC is now 7 for him. Yep, so he gets cut. The tongue is ripped away from him, but he's still standing. The undead fortitude is saving him. Okay, Loic, you're up.
Eldritch Blast on that guy.
So you fire the Eldritch Blast and it just blows up on your face.
Beautiful. A second one coming up.
So, frustrated by this, you just thought, fuck you! Go ahead and roll damage.
Take it.
Which one are you hitting?
For the
Yeah.
night for it.
That guy. So, there are two ways to overcome undead fortitude. Radiant damage, or get a critical hit. This guy is exploded from the force, leaving literally just giblets behind from your blow.
Enjoy those giblets, night boy. I got.
Okay, so that's your go. Rennas, you're up.
I pop up and fire my bow at this guy.
Make an attack roll. Triple advantage, you cheating son of a bitch. Hit.
Somehow.
Just sneak attack as well. 8.
Yoho!
So 15 plus 8. 23 plus 5, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the only way he's going to succeed is if he gets a natural 20 on his Constitution saving throw. Nope, he is destroyed from that. You shoot him through the head, the brains go out on the other side, and he falls down to the ground.
Guys, it might have been all my fault, but I did really well that whole battle. We wouldn't have been in the battle if it wasn't for me, but you know.
So we'll go back to our regular creepy ambulance. And with that, as you all take a breath, Raphael just looks at everyone and just goes, "Come on, let's move! You!" And he points to you, and he says, "Don't fuck up! Our lives are on the line!"
Yeah, Rennas.
I say nothing.
Right, so let's get you back to
We're
here.
all rolling stealth again.
So, yeah, can I get stealth rolls from everyone, please?
The pass without a trace should still be active.
Yeah, it's still active.
Don't do it.
Oh, it's neat.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
My worst one all night, but it's fine.
I
no.
got one.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
does
no.
Fling Clown give you advantage from anything?
Like, I purposely didn't
Look,
cast Hunter's Mark because of two concentration spells.
I will say that you, Bellatrix, you can roll that advantage because the immediate threat around you has been dealt with, and all of the other creatures have been distracted. So that is cause for advantage, I'd say.
Thanks, DM.
Okay, so that's 21 stealth from you.
Cool.
So the lowest
We've
stealth,
barely got inside the gates.
the lowest stealth we're dealing with at the moment is Raphael's with 15. So that's good. Okay. So you guys
31, neat.
swiftly move onwards. So you get there. Can I get perception checks from all of you, please?
Perception.
I thought you said deception. Who am I deceiving?
I was like,
Like, to be
My
fair, if it was
side has-
perception, I'd be in my element. Again, I
have
can't
both.
see anything. I probably talked over you then, Zach, so we might not have heard you.
That's alright. Everyone else rolled well enough. I mean, there's a 19. If a 19 doesn't work, then nothing my +4 will do. Hell. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just loading up the next thing. Okay. So everybody but Arri and Korgrin, you're keenly aware of the threats ahead of you and around you. You can see there are a lot of zombies around the entrance to the mausoleum there. And that there are a good fair amount of zombies basically around here and definitely around here.
You totally take them.
okay.
So you've reached your first part, which is Eckhart's armor shop. So you get to that area and on the outside. Does anybody want to go inside it?
I personally don't need armors.
The guard said that's
Yeah, I would.
I'd like to.
I mean, I'll go in there. It's never pass up a chance to look inside a building.
Yeah, I'll say we all just
Me being
go
a
in and
thieving
take a
little
quick breather.
Let's
Yeah.
look inside quick, yeah.
I'll go in, but I'll kind of keep watch because I don't really need anything. I don't think.
What about needs, not wants?
I mean, just so we don't get run up on.
Sorry, I'm just preparing the next page.
This place we're coming up to next, the Swede place. Are we going in via the east or the west?
Probably be the west, the way we wanted to go through. We wanted to go through the market.
Yeah.
So should I get Toby to try and move this horde this way a bit?
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
like Toby move closer to there.
Oh, you can
Just
see my
there.
scar from where I hit my head. Oh, I forgot about that.
He's being a jazzy little disco bat, doing what he does best.
That's a weird thing to do best, but, you know, God bless you, Toby. Or rather, nothing bless you, because I'm an atheist, but hey.
Like,
Fate bless you is a good thing to say. I think.
Let's be kind.
Yeah, no, fate's good.
I'm a big believer in karma, even if karma don't believe in me.
Amen to that.
Okay. So can I just confirm who is it that's going inside there again?
Me.
Me.
So that's
All of us.
I'll go in,
Rennas.
but I'm gonna stay by the door when I go in. I'll kind of just like peek in and out.
okay. So I'll put your token there just in case. So Loic, Rennas, was it Verity as well?
Yep.
Verity.
We do.
And is it just you three going in there?
I think everyone's going in. Loic's just keeping an eye by the door.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a little bit. So
I would say that unless you're going in, you'll be outside the door keeping an eye out.
I'll do that. I'll stay outside and keep an eye out. Keep a
All right.
watch.
So then, if that's the case, it's only Rennas and Verity who are actually going in.
I'm going in.
Korgrin's going in.
Everyone's
Korgrin's
going
in.
in.
Yeah.
Loic.
Okay, everybody but Loic then. Okay.
I want to just like if one gets close, just let me know so I can go tell the rest of them.
Bellatrix is there, and Arrabella is there, and I'll get rid of Loic. Yeah, Raphael and Laura Bifford, they're going to wait on the outside. So your stealths are still active. So let me just move you inside.
Well, there's gonna be monsters in here, but
So as you quickly walk in, you hold your breath and you sort of stick up against the wall. As you can see that there are 5 creatures in here. 3 of them are the skeletal-like creatures. That door is closed, so you should be seeing him. Oops. So there are 4 creatures. There are 4 creatures. There are 4 creatures that you can see. 3 skeletal creatures, and there is one of those grey-skinned creatures with extremely long tongues that is sort of shifting over and mulling in the corner. None of them have noticed you come in. Korgrin, you immediately notice this. This is a ghoul.
What do I know about ghoulies?
Go ahead and make. This would be a religion check.
Efficiency.
What'd you get? 14. Okay, so you know that ghouls roam the night in packs. They're usually driven by an insatiable hunger for humanoid flesh. They're like maggots or carrion beetles. They thrive in places rank with decay and death. Ghouls usually haunt places where it can gorge on dead flesh and decomposing organs, and if it can't feed on the dead, they pursue living creatures and attempt to make corpses of them. They don't get any nourishment from the corpses they devour. They're just
Like
driven by
Yeah,
they're just driven by the unending hunger that compels them to consume.
Like
Their flesh never rots, and they can persist for untold ages without feeding.
any weaknesses that I would know of? Or
Not with that
simply
roll.
just-
Not with that roll.
Yeah.
You know that they
working well.
you don't know at the moment. Okay, so this is this. Let me just check which one it is. So ghoul. Okay.
Hungry like
So no, my apologies. These are ghasts, not ghouls. Ghasts.
Okay.
They are distinct. Where ghouls are pretty much mindless, ghasts are more cunning, and they carry themselves as if they have a sense of purpose about them. They're usually leaders of ghouls. And,
Eagles
yeah.
around.
Yeah. So that's what you know from that role.
Mhm.
So they are the skeletons are just sort of staring off into air at the moment.
Does our stealth still stick, you say?
Yeah, your stealth is still sticking. The ghoul is over in the corner. It seems to be consuming itself.
Yes.
That thing is nasty.
Ew.
What's the ledge there?
It is a raised sort of
But they look
pedestal
like
for
they're
armor that looks really nice.
High, 5 feet less?
Yeah,
Like
it's
hop up on
about it's about 4 feet high. So your head just goes over it. You can climb up there with a relatively easy athletics check.
I would like to climb up there.
Okay.
With my gloves of suspiciousness that have rocks on them and shit. What does that do?
Make an Arcana check.
I see no rocks in here, Korgrin.
Oh, true. They're on. I'm wearing them anyway, so...
I'm also wearing my silver gloves that I haven't even looked at.
B, C,
My
D,
purple
E,
gloves.
F, G.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P.
So I have a quick question to you, Korgrin. Did you attune to these gloves?
I would have put them on and we were dishing the stuff out, so I would imagine so.
So did you spend a certain amount of time concentrating and trying to figure out the properties of these gloves?
Recall them being...
I mean, I would have
Well.
grown them imminently, like, figured these out.
We had a 40-minute walk here. You know, you had nothing
Yeah.
else to do.
4 hours.
Alright, so I want you to make a redactive Arcana check.
So, just do another one, basically.
Oh, sorry, I did not. Yes, so well. Yeah, I'll count that 15 then.
Okay.
So, you know, so from spending in a period of time, you know that you would have to have attuned to these gloves. And as you go to climb, you're thinking, oh boy, this is going to be an issue. This is almost as tall as I am. You reach up to the edge and you lift yourself off with a grace you didn't even know you had.
Hey.
Beautiful.
And
so
grateful.
Days.
So can you just go ahead? Can you just go ahead and make a straight up intelligence check for me, please?
Dreadful.
Whatever these things are, they help with climbing.
That was easy. Say in my head.
Yeah.
Verity thinking never skip arm day.
You want any
So
other
you
kind of
need-
roll?
You'll need a little bit more experience with them to truly discern what they are and their actual specifics. But you know they help you climb good.
Good. Man strong.
Just for the viewers, I think I said this yesterday, but identify doesn't identify everything about it. It just gives you a good edge, because I think it's more fun to try and figure out what these items do in the field. It's my homebrew rule. It's my homebrew rule. Go away.
So I should just run around the shop touching everything with my gloves.
What do you
I was going
do?
to say, when we get a few minutes,
That-
we're going to try throwing stuff at Rennas to see if his gloves do anything.
Does that negate the athletics check? I assume I would need to climb, or
Still make it.
with disadvantage, normal, or advantage?
No, just normal.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Let's do.
So
Bless.
that's a 19.
Oh. Yeah.
So,
But your intelligence won't tell you what you've done.
so yeah,
Yeah,
you climb
really well.
good. You climb good.
Know that I rolled 14 and now I have 19, but I can't work out what happened.
Yeah, that was basically just a check to make sure you didn't get a natural one.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, clang into the armor and like.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so you are snugly fit in between the two's armor, and you gaze down, and you can just see the back of this creature. If you gaze a little bit forward, you can see that it's currently feasting on something red and fleshy.
People are welcome to move. I've been moving.
Raspberries.
We'll continue to move.
So what are the rest of you going to do?
I mean, there's not really many places we can go sneakily.
So, I mean, just having a quick look around, I mean, you can see that there is a room at the back there. There is a closed door there.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get to that door, even with my stealth roll of like 25. I'm not going to get to the door without them noticing me. So,
Well, at this point, they're not staring off in anything in direction, so it's more of a case of if you get directly in their eyesight or you make noise, they will notice you.
okay.
But you can move. You can move around without them noticing you, unless you get insanely close.
Kind of be pointing at the big one, like, skeletons, weird fleshy fucker.
I'm just gonna stay here and get ready with a firebolt to shoot at anyone who looks like they're about to attack.
Okay.
I'm just like
Do you
pressing
guys?
the wall.
Do you guys all want to attack all at once then to get advantage in a surprise round?
Yeah, I'm gonna sling the alarm.
Is there any chance that that guy is looking over in that direction?
He's actually looking in this direction.
Is that one looking?
I mean,
He is looking over at these steps there.
And finally that one.
He's looking at the armor.
Fantastic. He's looking there. Okay.
Can I see the ghoul or gas from
Okay, I've noted that, Loic.
I signal Arrabella to come closer, because what's the distance on so that a trace?
30 feet.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
happy outside of it. It's fine.
I want to get closer to that one first.
Okay, so I would say just move how you guys want to move, and then we'll skip straight to the surprise round where you all attack.
Should we converge on it? On that one?
And it's hunched over, it's eating, it's behaving differently than anyone else has been so far. So if Arrabella could come closer, I'll even do the air lasso and then pull in as well.
I will go closer, and I don't even see over the ledge.
Okay,
Oh.
Rennas, your stealth has dropped down by 10, but I still think it was
Yeah.
pretty good, wasn't it?
It was 15, so
Okay, that's still good. That's still
yeah, okay. It doesn't feel good when I'm used to 39, but I'll take it.
good.
And I would
Okay.
like to step in.
Okay, so you get a little bit closer.
Would you say my divine favor is still in effect as a concentration for 1 minute, or
No, minutes passed.
Okey-doke. I will ready a guiding bolt then, first level.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna stand.
Like,
So you guys effectively have a surprise round, so just tell me what you want to do, and then we'll do it.
Guiding bolt.
Ling the alarm.
So basically, as soon as they attack, I then, while everyone else turns towards that noise, I'm going to dive over the bar with my rapier, stabbing that skelly in the head.
Okay, that's what you'll do. Bellatrix, what will you do?
Sling the alarm at that thing, whatever.
So you sting at that one. Okay, Arrabella, what are you going to do?
Because I can't see that thing because of height and armor in the way, I'm fiendbow at that.
Okay, and Verity, what are you going to do?
I'm going to fireball dead boy.
Which, that guy over there. You'll need to move a little bit more. You don't really have good line of sight on him there.
Can I see him from here?
Yes, you will be able to, yeah. Okay, right, so I would say everybody roll your attacks then.
Do we get advantage?
Yes, you do, because you're attacking from stealth.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Oh, but I don't get touch
Shut up.
advantage.
Let me see what I can get.
Did I roll twice? Yeah, 18.
Slinging it around. Right, so that's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Yep, they all hit. Verity, your attack roll. That's damage.
Yeah, that mine was one of the first ones.
Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that. I missed that first one. My apologies. Okay, yeah, everybody roll damage then.
Okay.
Ooh, double sixes, baby.
Remember, Rennas, you get your sneak attack because you're attacking from advantage here. So
I'm on it.
Sling the alarm.
Nice.
8 landed hit.
Oh, yeah.
lovely. Okay, so that's 22 points of damage from Rennas onto the skeleton. So yeah, immediately this you shove your blade through the back of the head. It's down on the ground, ceases to move. The rest of you. Okay, so they all hit. So 8 fire plus, so 16 plus 8, so it's 24. Plus 6, which is 30, plus 5, which is 35 points of damage. Fucking hell. It's still standing.
Oh.
But it has, you blow it so almost to smithereens. As it literally just crumbles down the floor and just barely just sort of crawls its way up. It looks so hurt. Literally, you could breathe on it and it would die at the moment. But that's your surprise round. Can I get initiative from everyone? Loic, you've just heard explosions from inside, so I would say...
Coming in.
Did Arri get damage on the skeleton at the table? Did you do that one?
I got 6.
Skeleton damage was added to the cast.
So I shall add the 6 to that then, so...
If you don't mind,
Plus
getting my
6.
character in there when you get a chance.
Baby.
And yeah, so the skeleton is hurt, but he's not down.
Oh, damn it. Thought it was clicked.
Would I have been able to hide at the end of my surprise round?
No.
Okay.
That's plus 2 to
And I
them.
don't think I'm hiding now either.
Oh, my initiative should be 18. I didn't click my fucking
So
token.
18. 18 for Bellatrix.
What's your dex, Corgi?
0.
Hit me first then.
What's your dex bonus, Bellatrix? 2.
Yeah.
Can I get a
Actually,
d20 from you, please?
It's in there.
2 from me. 1 for you. Only one thing could have beaten that. Alright, so
Damn
yeah,
it.
okay. And Loic, can I get initiative from you? I'm just going to get your thing in there.
Sweet.
So you would be there.
Now that I can click it, let me roll real quick. Bang. Nice. Oh, yeah.
So first up is going to be Verity.
You say that gas thing's looking pretty hurt. Or...
Yeah, it's looking real hurt.
It got 6 health back when we swapped it over to the
Yeah.
skeleton.
Yeah, but it's still fucking
Yeah.
hurt though.
I'm just
I think a
thinking-
firebolt will do it.
Yeah, I'll just do another fireball and...
Okay, making another attack roll. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. That's 6
6
back.
fire damage. Yeah, so you blast it
Oh,
across the face. It
definitely
just
saw
turns
it.
around, just goes. Half of its face is missing, scorched. It's still standing. Its tongue is like flapping around all over the place.
He's not having a
And
good
I'm
day.
just gonna back up. I'm just gonna be like, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
All right then.
Hoping that's what Loic sees as he comes in, just me being like, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Guys, you're supposed to be quiet!
You shout.
So at that point, at that point, the door here, to the right, bursts open, and an individual steps through. It has long white hair and white skin, with a nose that's like fully decomposed. And this one is armored. It has martial weapons about it. It immediately looks around, sees that Verity's just cast a spell, and pulls out a longbow and fires 2 shots at you.
That's getting blasted. Eldritch blasted.
Eldritch, right.
Right, that's a hit on both of
The
them.
meme is so real with the warlock. Like, it's really all I do.
8 plus 4.
Could be a hex blade, and
So that's 10 points of piercing damage against you, Verity, as you hit with 2 arrows. Twing, twing.
Could be worse.
It just goes, as it fires, it looks at you and just goes, "Your life is mine."
Creepy.
Okay, that's it. Go over. Loic, you're up.
Sending this wench back in her room. Alright, Eldritch Blast.
That is... that's a hit. Yep, roll damage.
Right, 11 points and puts her right back into that room, 10 feet.
So you blast it and it goes, and it tumbles over, like catches onto its feet, but you've lost line of sight of it.
Didn't it push back in the direction that I'm looking at it?
Even if it did, you'd still lose line of sight of it.
Okay. So I can move 4 more.
Like, he's looking at me, so I'm just gonna be like, "There's a thing up there too."
I guess if I move there, can I see it now?
Yeah, you can just about see him. Yeah.
I'm gonna get it again with Eldritch Blast. I want to get
Say
this
the
thing.
line, Warlock. Say the line.
I'm gonna target it again. Try to just push this wench as far away from Verity as I can. That's the miss, probably.
That's the miss. So you fire another one, and this creature just ducks to the side, and you blast it on the wall.
Oh, the room. All right, that's it. Take it.
Korgrin, you're up.
Okay.
Nope.
Sorry, Korgrin, what's your dex bonus?
It's a thick 0.
So then you shouldn't be going up. You should be going after Bellatrix. My apologies. It is the skeleton's turn. So this skeleton will go for the closest one there. A melee attack on you, Loic. That's a miss. This guy is going to pull out a short bow and he's going to take a shot at 1, 2, 3, 4. Arrabella. That is a 19 to hit. That hits. That's 8 points of piercing damage against you. And now it's Bellatrix's turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I am gonna... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Eat myself there. Do an attack. Dice, gimme. So my glaive. 16, does that hit?
That will hit him. Yep. You don't have to roll damage. He's got 1 hit point back. Just tell me how you want to kill him.
How does he physically appear? Like, is he an actual body?
Yeah, he's an actual physical body, hunched over, kind of golem-like. But if he stood up straight, he'd probably be as tall as you are.
Can I slice up through his tongue so it splits in half, and then up through his mouth?
Yeah, so with clear precision, you just cut upwards and you split half of its mouth open. Just, if you ever seen Resident Evil 4, it's like the Las Plagas moment where you just go, and it falls
cover
back
your
down
hair in
to the
blood?
ground.
No, I'm 10 feet away.
No. That's the whole point why she took the 10 feet reach, so she doesn't get sprayed in blood.
Yeah,
I suppose they are undead, to be fair. Well, I don't know if these guys are actually undead, I'm assuming they are.
And then
Okay, so that's your first attack.
Move there. Can I use Sling the Alarm? Didn't think so.
I will allow it for your second attack purely because I allow Arri to intermix between ranged and melee easily. So.
Okay, Sling the Alarm is. I'm gonna use it from the sheet. Sling the Alarm.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Thing.
What type of damage is that?
Bludgeoning?
I would have thought
Bludgeoning
you'd put it in,
damage.
to be fair, Whistling. That
So.
would make sense.
Yeah, with ammunition it'll be bludgeoning damage then.
Yeah.
So as you throw this one, you cave off part of its skull, but much harder than you thought you would have actually hit with it. Looks like it took extra damage from that.
Tight.
Okay, that is your attack over. Korgrin, it is your turn.
Did I see the beastie that stepped out of the room?
You heard it.
I've noticed it, seen it, been able to identify it.
No, because it all happened within just a few seconds, so you'd have to actually have a good look at it first.
That is fair. I will. How far away am I from the ledge? 5 feet. I hop off this ledge without taking damage?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. I hop
It's
off
only
the
a
ledge
few-
without taking
It's
any
literally
damage.
your height, so you're just literally just jumping down. You create a small bang from the heavy armor, but you're fine.
That's fine with me. And I would like to Sacred Flame the individual at the top, the skeleton.
That is a dexterity saving throw. He's got +2 to this. 13 to save.
I don't believe that does. I will double check. I think my proficiency went up, and it doesn't reach it anymore. I think it's 14.
Okay.
Just double check.
Wait.
14.
Alright, so that's a fail. Go and roll damage.
2d8.
So as you jump off, you see the skeleton, you just bring your hands up, and a pillar of a fire just erupts around the skeleton, burning it down to ash in just a few moments.
Ninth.
Okay, that's your action.
That is it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Ghast is dead. Arrabella, you're up.
I am going to just go for the last remaining one that I can see. And
Yep.
Oh yeah, thank you.
get him with my fiend bow, hopefully. Oh. Oops, sorry. I'll put it back to normal, but my first roll was 15. Can you hear me?
Hmm?
Yay.
Yeah.
So. -14. Okay, so something's gone really wrong with your -14. There we go. Sorry about it. Yeah, that's a hit. 4 points of damage against it. It's still standing, but definitely looking hurt.
I'll
Rennas.
use my
Sorry, your second
attack.
attack. Yep.
So that would have taken me up to 9. So let's
Yep.
see if this one hits.
That's a miss.
No, there goes my 9 streak.
Oh mate, you just got blue balled.
Oh, I'm devastated.
You were
if
so
it
you were
was-
so close.
Yeah, so close. I will get there. I will get there.
You'll reach your climax soon.
One day.
One day. Okay, so that is a miss, and with that, the heavy vibration of the arrow goes inert, and your the flame in your head dies away. What? So yeah. Okay, Rennas, it is your turn.
Okay, look. So I'm gonna hop over the bar
Yep.
and using fast hands, close the door,
Bing.
and then I'm gonna hop back over the bar
Yep.
and take a shot at him.
Okay.
Anyone else here, Jack, then? Or
I'm going to miss.
I can't hear him.
Technical difficulties.
experiencing technical difficulties, kids? Please bear with us.
Rennas, still.
Rennas, can you do an acrobatics check?
Yes.
I can. Sorry.
Jack has cut out, apparently, from messages on...
Discord's not letting him.
Is that just for me jumping over a bar? Oh my god. I was about to laugh at it, but
DC is 10, you fail.
it probably is the case.
Probably.
Probably fall prone on the other side.
Although, is that like class as a deck save? Does my ring help me? In fact, it would just help me take less damage if I'm going to hurt myself on this bar, I guess.
You get a splinter in the ass.
Let's say there's a gold coin on the floor, you land on it.
But then I pick up a gold coin. I'm counting that as a win.
Base 10, feet slipping down. And
Because we haven't got like 4,000 of them, is it now?
Oh. You hit your face on an empty bottle. Nice.
Coin. Is a tooth the wonky now?
I find a
Ow.
dent.
Well, I can get it replaced with a gold tooth with all this gold we've got.
Melt some of it down.
Put a coin there, fuck it. Although misses.
Okay.
You have another attack, Rennas? Or is it just one? Fair enough. If you're talking,
Sorry.
we can't do.
Yeah, I get sneak attack on my attack as long as I'm stealth, but I only get one attack. So, if I miss, I miss. This is why I took Elven Accuracy, because I miss a lot.
Okay.
Also, I'm sorry I closed the door, Verity.
Verity's turn next.
Oh, that
That's fine,
skeleton
I
is
can-
still alive. My math was wrong.
Technical difficulties.
We're experiencing technical difficulties, kids. Please bear with us.
Okay, so the first attack missed, Rennas.
Yeah. Well, no first attack. I'm a shitty little rogue, that's all I get. I now
Okay,
stand behind the
right.
bar, unable to hide because I waited at closing the door.
Right, top of the round, Verity.
Okay, I'm gonna step back a little bit, and I'm gonna hold a level 1 spell for in case that.
Which spell are you holding?
Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt, just in case that thing comes through the door. Alright, so,
I don't know if you saw as well
comes through the
that,
door.
that one is still alive as well.
Okay, so it still has that many hit points, no worries.
Apologies.
Yeah, problem. Alright, so it does come through the door. I believe that activates
Chaos Bolt.
Verity's. That is a hit. Roll damage.
Okay, I have to roll 1d8 to determine the kind of damage.
Yep.
And then roll your d20 for a...
This is
Oh, man,
such a
dude.
Verity spell.
I like my
It
dice.
is.
So,
So what damage is that?
3 is hold on, he gets.
It's
Tickling
what
damage.
kind of damage.
Sounds like cold.
Damage. Hit that with that. Did it.
Hit it with that.
Ting goes... krrrr.
It's pat, 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 pat.
Hey,
Oh my
baby,
gosh.
pat, pat.
Fire. It's fire damage.
Yeah!
Alright, roll damage. 11 points of fire damage. Okie dokie. So you hit it.
Of course.
Did not like that, but it's still standing. Yeah. Okay. So,
But like, I'll be
That's-
keeping my life. Thank you very much.
alright. So with that, I think it's gonna charge over to Rennas because you just slammed the door in its face.
Oh yeah.
It's going to.
See, if I hadn't slammed the door, I could have hid.
It's gonna chuckle. That's not good.
Right. It's gonna make its first attack against you +4 on this.
That sounds ominous. Oh, it misses.
That's a miss. It'll make its second attack on you. That's a
That
hit.
one hits.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh,
Because my Constitution saving throws always go well.
DC was 13. That's a fail.
Imagine my shock.
1 + 2. So that's 3 points of necrotic damage you take.
That sounds pleasant.
And your maximum hit points is reduced by 3.
Love that.
So just keep a note that your maximum hit points at the moment is 27. They've not got now it's gone down to 24. As it reaches out with its long sword, you deflect that away with your rapier, but then it reaches in and grabs you by the chest, and you can feel the life being sucked out of you through its hand. As it just seems to get from that, it seems to get healthier.
Nope.
Can I hang on? Can I not half that damage to 1 with my uncanny dodge?
No, because it's an actual physical attack against you. If it was an
Half the attack. When an attacker you see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attack damage against you. Just any attack, I can see him.
Right, well, you should have said that before
Okay.
I
Okay, no,
said
yeah,
the damage.
yeah. Oh, I didn't know it was necrotic. That's fine. I would have done that anyway, but I was too busy hearing that it was necrotic and getting interested. That's fine. It's only 3 points. I can live with that.
No worries.
Ironically.
Okay, so that is it's go over. Loic, you're up.
I'm gonna step back and provoke an opportunity attack. Unfortunately.
That's a hit. That's 5 points of slashing damage against you.
All right. Then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the skeleton from which I step back.
Yep. That's a hit.
Chip back 10 feet as well.
The bones are shattered to pieces from that.
Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna target the other skeleton up here then with my second Eldritch Blast.
Do it. That is hit.
Loic on the cleanup.
And this one is also blown to pieces. So you just go, and both blasts blow the skeletons apart.
Then I'm gonna like Scooby-Doo hide behind this armor, and then I'm done.
No worries. Just as well, it was going to be their turn now, but it's now Bellatrix's turn.
Okay.
Bling the alarm.
Yeah, I can only get so far, so I'm gonna get there and sling the alarm.
Okay, make an attack roll. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Good job, sling the alarm.
7 points of damage, and that's a magical weapon, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Okay. Okay, so you swack it across the face. It looks like it's done a fair amount of damage on the flesh there. Sort of purple blood kind of oozes out of it.
Okay.
All right.
Extra attack.
Yep.
Here we go. Oh.
That one's a miss. It sees you throwing again. It just dodges its head to the side.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Korgrin, you're up.
I would like to step towards it by 25 feet. So I'd like to go there.
Yep.
I think it was there. And a DC saving throw of 13 for Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Pass.
It has +2 to that, so 5. That is a miss.
They're candles. I thought exactly the same when I saw them, though.
It's
I
a candle.
thought that. I was like, a fried egg. But no, yeah. From the
So
top of the candle.
8 points of fire damage, is it?
I thought they
Radiant
would
damage.
sneak up.
Radiant damage. Okay. So, as you do that, part of its armor sort of melts away, and you can see on its chest is a big black orb that is pulsating with a red pulse. Boom, 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 boom.
Since I'm looking at it now, can I look at it? Do I know what it is?
Well, the creature.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a religion check, please.
Shit.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh yeah. So
It
you
is unholy.
you recognize this creature as a white.
Ooh, don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. So white meant person in days of yore, but the name now refers to evil undead who were once mortals, driven by dark desire and great vanity. So basically, when a person like that dies, his spirit cries out to the demon lord Orcus or some vile god of the underworld for a reprieve. So undeath in return. Yeah, undeath in return for eternal war on the living. So whatever this thing was, it was evil in life, and there's now even more so in death.
Fantastic.
It has the memories and drives of its former life. And they will heal the core of any dark entity that has transformed them. They swear oaths to them. They drain life for their own. They flee the world by day and the light by sun. So you kind of know now why it was inside. It doesn't like being out in daylight. You also know that creatures that are slain by this creature rise as zombies under its control.
Know anything about that fucky orb in the middle of its chest?
Nope, you've never seen anything like that before.
I'm well going to aim for it if that helps.
Don't know. That's my turn. Thank you.
Okay, right, Arrabella, you're up.
Oh Christ, didn't realise it was that quick. So, I'm going to move to by there, because I assume that should get me in line of sight of it now. I don't know how tall the tables are.
I mean, they're about 5 feet high, so...
Yeah. Taller than me? Everything is taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and attack it with my fiend bow.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. That's a hit. Roll damage. 4 points of damage on it. It's still standing. It's definitely hurt now.
Then I use my second attack to do the fiend
Yep.
bow.
You can do Hordebreaker against Rennas.
I think I prefer my crit 20.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. Or your damage,
this
sorry.
Is 1d8 plus.
1d8, double it, add your modifier.
So.
1d8 plus your modifier, and we'll just work it out.
Yeah, so
So,
6.
Yeah. I didn't take long to work out.
So much damage.
That's a lot of damage.
But now I'm up to 2 hits. Yay!
Okay, so that is 6 points of damage against it. Okay, so with that, as you hit it, it looks like its body goes to crumble over to fall dead, and that's when the orb pulsates again. And it just seems to function on pure necrotic energy. Like its body seems to want to fall apart at this point, but whatever's happening in its chest is preventing it from doing so. Okay, that's your go over. Rennas, you're up.
I poke the thing in its chest with my pointy stick, also known as a rapier.
Make an attack roll.
Ever so slightly worried if this lands, it's going to explode and kill you.
That's a hit. Roll
This is also a
damage.
possibility, but you know.
Remember your ring.
Yeah, if it's a
If it
dex
doesn't
save.
explode, and you have to make a dex save.
So that.
Okay, so 7.
What?
So 14
What
plus
the-
3.
Oh, it did it twice, I think.
Yeah. 14
Right,
plus
yeah, that makes
3.
sense. God, that's weird.
So 7. So with that, you skewer the orb in its chest, and like a well-timed strike, it just shatters upon the impact. And with that, a necrotic energy just sort of pulsates outwards. The creature falls down to its knees before you and looks up at you. How do you want to finish him?
I'm just going to knee him straight in the face, so his head snaps back, snaps back into the wall, and then I'm going to call him a cunt for stealing 3 health points from me.
So you knee him in the chest. The back of it dashes against the back wall as he slides down and ceases to move, and the life leaves him. The pieces of the orb and the life itself gives one final pulse, and all of you hear in the very distance a resonating pulse, almost as if something was weakened.
Okay. Oh, weakened, that's good. I was thinking that might be their version of Sling the Alarm,
I was
and
saying-
now we're going to get stormed.
Does
Yeah,
the
I
orb look familiar to the thing that's surrounding the church?
Well, you guys haven't seen that. Only Rennas has seen it.
Does that black thing around its heart look familiar to the one surrounding the church?
Looks similar.
I mean, there was this big glowing thing over by the church. It looked a lot like that heart thing. I mean, weird as shit. Magic is not my thing. I'm just a lowly little pickpocket. But, you know, that looked like a smaller one of that.
Powering the undead was as much as the undead are powering it. Maybe if we go around a bit more and kill off some of these subunits, it might weaken it, make it easier to destroy whatever's in there.
I mean, we've got a little route through town. I reckon we look out for them and kill them where we can, but I don't think we should specifically go out into the swarms to look for them.
We may
We
need
might
to
need
pursue
to.
them, to be fair.
Well,
It's
yes,
always-
if we can't get into the black shield thing, it might actually stop us getting in, to be fair. It looked quite dense. I couldn't see
Well,
the
how did
church.
you destroy it?
At that point, the door opens up, and you can see Laura Biff standing and says, "Guys, we've got to go. Whatever you just did, it just attracted a whole bunch of them. Let's go. Come on."
No.
But Korgrin wants to look around the armour shop.
No.
No time. Let's go. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.